handa na makipagsabayan. Kahit anong nakaharang handang tapakan. Bawat pawis na papatak, kada apak at yabag, may kahalong pangarap gustong maiangat. Larong aking pinag-usayan, walang pake kahit na malatayan. Kahit anong sabihin nila, wala akong pakialam sa lahat ng bagay. Alam nyo na ba, hindi nyo ako maikukumpara. Bawat laro sa aking kada pasa. Sa alab na puso laging aasa, handang sugurin ang lahat. Tigante man ang katapat, panis yan sa'kin sapagkat panalo ay aking hangad.
Mabigyan ng buhay, pangarap at hangarin na maging mahusay. Sa daang matira matibay, ang kailangan ko lang ay magsanay. Hindi na pwede na ako ay panghinaan, lahat ng harang ay aking sasagasaan. Walang mahirap kung hindi paglalaanan, lakas at tapang sa bawat laban.
NBL, ito ang liga ng bayan, homegrown, handang makipagsabayan. NBL, ito ang liga ng bayan, nag-aalab ng pusong handang makipagsabayan.
Pasok palagi ang bola, hindi naliligaw. Batang may galawan, kaya halimaw bumitaw. Bawat pagtira may kumpiyansa sa sarili, di mapigil ng marami, malupit na dumiskarte. Handang pakita sa mundo ang pagkakaiba. Pag may pangarap, handang makipagsabayan. Sa bawat larong walang humpay, kamay na gustong sumabay. Bawat sakit na may aray, kahit mapagod maglaway. Gagawin ko ang lahat kahit ang kaya di sapat. Kahit ang pawis bumakatuloy pa din sa pag-angat, hindi ako mapipigilan lumipad. Ibibigay ko ang lahat sagad-sagad.
Mabigyan ng buhay, pangarap at hangarin na maging mahusay. Sa daang matira matibay, ang kailangan ko lang ay magsanay. Hindi na pwede na ako ay panghinaan, lahat ng harang ay aking sasagasaan. Walang mahirap kung hindi paglalaanan, lakas at tapang sa bawat laban.
NBL, ito ang liga ng bayan, homegrown, handang makipagsabayan. NBL, ito ang liga ng bayan, nag-aalab ng pusong handang makipagsabayan.
Ang hirap handa kong daanan, hindi susukuan, dapat pag-usayan. Tuloy-tuloy lang,
Kakayanin na lahat na harapin, kahit mahirap sisikaping abutin. Sa itaas ay tumingin, pagbutihin ang lahat, ang bituin ay sungkitin.
mabigyan ng buhay, pangarap at hangarin na maging mahusay. Sa daang matira matibay, ang kailangan ko lang ay magsanay. Hindi na pwede na ako ay panghinaan, lahat ng harang ay aking sasagasaan. Walang mahirap kung hindi paglalaanan, lakas at tapang sa bawat laban.
NBL, ito ang liga ng bayan, homegrown, handang makipagsabayan. NBL, ito ang liga ng bayan, nag-aalab ng pusong handang makipagsabayan. NBL, ito ang liga ng bayan, homegrown, handang makipagsabayan. NBL, ito ang liga ng bayan, nag-aalab ng pusong handang makipagsabayan.
Handa na makipagsabayan. Kahit anong nakaharang handang tapakan. Bawat pawis na papatak, kada apak at yabag, may kahalong pangarap gustong maiangat. Larong aking pinag-usayan, walang pake kahit na malatayan. Kahit anong sabihin nila, wala akong pakialam sa lahat ng bagay. Alam nyo na ba, hindi nyo ako maikukumpara. Bawat laro sa aking kada pasa. Sa alab na puso laging aasa, handang sugurin ang lahat. Tigante man ang katapat, panis yan sa'kin sapagkat panalo ay aking hangad.
Mabigyan ng buhay, pangarap at hangarin na maging mahusay. Sa daang matira matibay, ang kailangan ko lang ay magsanay. Hindi na pwede na ako ay panghinaan, lahat ng harang ay aking sasagasaan. Walang mahirap kung hindi paglalaanan, lakas at tapang sa bawat laban.
NBL, ito ang liga ng bayan, homegrown, handang makipagsabayan. NBL, ito ang liga ng bayan, nag-aalab ng pusong handang makipagsabayan.
Pasok palagi ang bola, hindi naliligaw. Batang may galawan, kaya halimaw bumitaw. Bawat pagtira may kumpiyansa sa sarili, di mapigil ng marami, malupit na dumiskarte. Handang pakita sa mundo ang pagkakaiba. Pag may pangarap, handang makipagsabayan. Sa bawat laro larong walang humpay, kamay na gustong sumabay. Bawat sakit na may aray, kahit mapagod maglaway. Gagawin ko ang lahat kahit ang kaya di sapat, kahit ang pawis pumakatuloy pa din sa pag-angat. Hindi ako mapipigilan lumipad, ibibigay ko ang lahat sagad-sagad.
Mabigyan ng buhay, pangarap at hangarin na maging mahusay. Sa daang matira matibay, ang kailangan ko lang ay magsanay. Hindi na pwede na ako ay panghinaan, lahat ng harang ay aking sasagasaan. Walang mahirap kung hindi paglalaanan, lakas at tapang sa bawat laban.
NBL, ito ang liga ng bayan, homegrown, handang makipagsabayan. NBL, ito ang liga ng bayan, nag-aalab ng pusong handang makipagsabayan.
Ang hirap handa kong daanan, hindi susukuan, dapat pag-usayan, tuloy-tuloy lang. Kakayanin na lahat na harapin, kahit mahirap sisikaping abutin. Sa itaas ay tumingin, pagbutin ang lahat, ang bituin ay sungkitin. Mabigyan ng buhay, pangarap at hangarin na maging mahusay. Sa daang matira matibay, ang kailangan ko lang ay magsanay. Hindi na pwede na ako ay panghinaan, lahat ng harang ay aking sasagasaan. Walang mahirap kung hindi paglalaanan, lakas at tapang sa bawat laban.
NBL, ito ang liga ng bayan, homegrown, handang makipagsabayan. NBL, ito ang liga ng bayan, nag-aalab ng pusong handang makipagsabayan. NBL, ito ang liga ng bayan, homegrown, handang makipagsabayan. NBL, ito ang liga ng bayan, nag-aalab ng pusong handang makipagsabayan.
Yeah, handa na makipagsabayan, kahit anong nakaharang handang tapakan. Bawat pawis na papatak, kada apak at yabag, may kahalong pangarap gustong maiangat. Larong aking pinag-usayan, walang pake kahit na malatayan. Kahit anong sabihin nila, wala akong pakialam sa lahat ng bagay. Alam nyo na ba, hindi nyo ako maikukumpara. Bawat laro sa aking kada pasa, sa alab na puso laging aasa, handang sugurin ang lahat, tigante man ang katapat, panis yan sa'kin sapagkat panalo ay aking hangad.
Mabigyan ng buhay, pangarap at hangarin na maging mahusay. Sa daang matira matibay, ang kailangan ko lang ay magsanay. Hindi na pwede na ako ay panghinaan, lahat ng harang ay aking sasagasaan. Walang mahirap kung hindi paglalaanan, lakas at tapang sa bawat laban.
NBL, ito ang liga ng bayan, homegrown, handang makipagsabayan. NBL, ito ang liga ng bayan, nag-aalab ng pusong handang makipagsabayan.
Pasok palagi ang bola, hindi naliligaw. Batang may galawan, kaya halimaw bumitaw. Bawat pagtira may kumpiyansa sa sarili, di mapigil ng marami, malupit na dumiskarte. Handang pakita sa mundo ang pagkakaiba, pag may pangarap handang makipagsabayan. Sa bawat larong walang humpay, kamay na gustong sumabay. Bawat sakit na may aray, kahit mapagod maglaway. Gagawin ko ang lahat kahit ang kaya di sapat, kahit ang pawis pumakatuloy pa din sa pag-angat. Hindi ako mapipigilan lumipad, ibibigay ko ang lahat sagad-sagad.
Mabigyan ng buhay, pangarap at hangarin na maging mahusay. Sa daang matira matibay, ang kailangan ko lang ay magsanay. Hindi na pwede na ako ay panghinaan, lahat ng harang ay aking sasagasaan. Walang mahirap kung hindi paglalaanan, lakas at tapang sa bawat laban.
NBL, ito ang liga ng bayan, homegrown, handang makipagsabayan. NBL, ito ang liga ng bayan, nag-aalab ng pusong handang makipagsabayan.
Ang hirap handa kong daanan, hindi susukuan, dapat pag-usayan, tuloy-tuloy lang. Kakayanin na lahat na harapin, kahit mahirap sisikaping abutin. Sa itaas ay tumingin, pagbutin ang lahat, ang bituin ay sungkitin. Mabigyan ng buhay, pangarap at hangarin na maging mahusay. Sa daang matira matibay, ang kailangan ko lang ay magsanay. Hindi na pwede na ako ay panghinaan, lalaanan. Lakas at tapang sa bawat laban.
NBL, ito ang liga ng bayan, homegrown, handang makipagsabayan. NBL, ito ang liga ng bayan, nag-aalab ng pusong handang makipagsabayan. NBL, ito ang liga ng bayan, homegrown, handang makipagsabayan. NBL, ito ang liga ng bayan, nag-aalab ng pusong handang makipagsabayan.
Yeah, handa na makipagsabayan. Kahit anong nakaharang handang tapakan. Bawat pawis na papatak, kada apak at yabag, may kahalong pangarap gustong maiangat. Larong aking pinag-usayan, walang pake kahit na malatayan. Kahit anong sabihin nila, wala akong pakialam sa lahat ng bagay. Alam nyo na ba, hindi nyo ako maikukumpara. Bawat laro sa aking kada pasa. Sa alab na puso laging aasa, handang sugurin ang lahat. Tigante man ang katapat, panis yan sa'kin, sapagkat panalo ay aking hangad.
Mabigyan ng buhay, pangarap at hangarin na maging mahusay. Sa daang matira matibay, ang kailangan ko lang ay magsanay. Hindi na pwede na ako ay panghinaan, lahat ng harang ay aking sasagasaan. Walang mahirap kung hindi paglalaanan, lakas at tapang sa bawat laban.
NBL, ito ang liga ng bayan, homegrown, handang makipagsabayan. NBL, ito ang liga ng bayan, nag-aalab ng pusong handang makipagsabayan.
Pasok palagi ang bola, hindi naliligaw. Batang may galawan, kaya halimaw bumitaw. Bawat pagtira may kumpiyansa sa sarili, di mapigil ng marami, malupit na dumiskarte. Handang pakita sa mundo ang pagkakaiba. Pag may pangarap, handang makipagsabayan sa bawat larong walang humpay, kamay na gustong sumabay. Bawat sakit na may aray, kahit mapagod maglaway, gagawin ko ang lahat kahit ang kaya di sapat. Kahit ang pawis pumakatuloy pa din sa pag-angat, hindi ako mapipigilan lumipad. Ibibigay ko ang lahat sagad-sagad.
Mabigyan ng buhay, pangarap at hangarin na maging mahusay. Sa daang matira matibay, ang kailangan ko lang ay magsanay. Hindi na pwede na ako ay panghinaan, lahat ng harang ay aking sasagasaan. Walang mahirap kung hindi paglalaanan, lakas at tapang sa bawat laban.
NBL, ito ang liga ng bayan, homegrown, handang makipagsabayan. NBL, ito ang liga ng bayan, nag-aalab ng pusong handang makipagsabayan.
Ang hirap handa kong daanan, hindi susukuan, dapat pag-usayan, tuloy-tuloy lang.
Kakayanin na lahat na harapin, kahit mahirap sisikaping abutin. Sa itaas ay tumingin, pagbutiin ang lahat, ang bituin ay sungkitin.
Mabigyan ng buhay, pangarap at hangarin na maging mahusay. Sa daang matira matibay, ang kailangan ko lang ay magsanay. Hindi na pwede na ako ay panghinaan, lahat ng harang ay aking sasagasaan. Walang mahirap kung hindi paglalaanan, lakas at tapang sa bawat laban.
NBL, ito ang liga ng bayan, homegrown, handang makipagsabayan. NBL, ito ang liga ng bayan, nag-aalab ng pusong handang makipagsabayan. NBL, ito ang liga ng bayan, homegrown, handang makipagsabayan. NBL, ito ang liga ng bayan, nag-aalab ng pusong handang makipagsabayan.
Yeah, handa na makipagsabayan. Kahit anong nakaharang handang tapakan. Bawat pawis na papatak, kada apak at yabag, may kahalong pangarap gustong maiangat. Larong aking pinag-usayan, walang pake kahit na malatayan. Kahit anong sabihin nila, wala akong pakialam sa lahat ng bagay. Alam nyo na ba, hindi nyo ako maikukumpara. Bawat laro sa aking kada pasa. Sa alab na puso laging aasa, handang sugurin ang lahat. Tigante man ang katapat, panis yan sa'kin, sapagkat panalo ay aking hangad.
Mabigyan ng buhay, pangarap at hangarin na maging maging mahusay sa daang matira matibay. Ang kailangan ko lang ay magsanay. Hindi na pwede na ako ay panghinaan. Lahat ng harang ay aking sasagasaan. Walang mahirap kung hindi paglalaanan. Tapas at tapang sa bawat laban.
NBL, ito ang liga ng bayan, homegrown, handang makipagsabayan. NBL, ito ang liga ng bayan, nag-aalab ng pusong handang makipagsabayan.
Pasok palagi ang bola, hindi naliligaw. Batang may galawan, kaya halimaw bumitaw. Bawat pagtira may kumpiyansa sa sarili. Di mapigil ng marami, malupit na dumiskarte. Handang pakita sa mundo ang pagkakaiba. Pag may pangarap, handang makipagsabayan sa bawat larong walang humpay kamay na gustong sumabay. Bawat sakit na may aray, kahit mapagod maglaway. Gagawin ko ang lahat kahit ang kaya di sapat. Kahit ang pawis pumakatuloy pa din sa pag-angat. Hindi ako mapipigilan lumipad. Ibibigay ko ang lahat sagad-sagad.
Mabigyan ng buhay, pangarap at hangarin na maging mahusay sa daang matira matibay. Ang kailangan ko lang ay magsanay. Hindi na pwede na ako ay panghinaan. Lahat ng harang ay aking sasagasaan. Walang mahirap kung hindi paglalaanan. Tapas at tapang sa bawat laban.
NBL, ito ang liga ng bayan, homegrown, handang makipagsabayan. NBL, ito ang liga ng bayan, nag-aalab ng pusong handang makipagsabayan.
Ang hirap handa kong daanan, hindi susukuan, dapat pag-usayan, tuloy-tuloy lang. Kakayanin na lahat na harapin, kahit mahirap sisikaping abutin. Sa itaas ay tumingin, pagbutiin ang lahat, ang bituin ay sungkitin. Mabigyan ng buhay, pangarap at
last two teams standing, and these two teams will give us a show. Sampurna drives inside, takes a contact, gets the basket. Sampurna, ooh, he loves these one-on-one situations. Spin move, highlight play for Mike Sampurna. The delight of the Generals crowd here at the June 20th gym. That's the story of the game. That's why Taguig is cruising to this double-digit victory. It's just a great all-around performance for the Generals. Just too much for KBA Luid Kapampangan to overcome.
The scene has shifted to the Colegio de Sebastian Gym to Game 2 of this best of 5 thunderous tussle for the title.
See, looks like Khan got hurt. So Khan working on his finger right now. Looks like they are retaping. Could be a possible dislocation. Manalang drives inside. Manalang scoop shot for two. Beautiful move by Mark Manalang. You can really feel the energy from the Luid Kapampangan fans. Santos outlet to Ordonez. The lob to Diana Natividad. Two guards connecting. What a play for Taguig. A huge quarter for the Taguig General. Nice defensive stop there. Taguig pulled away thanks to a huge 32-point explosion by Taguig. The Taguig Generals grab a 2-0 lead. Now they are stepping closer to their third championship here in the NBL.
A very good evening. We are live on Aliwa Channel 23. Kompleto na ang channel mo. This is Game 3 of the Best of 5 NBL 2023 President's Cup Finals. Let's meet now the players from both squads. Introducing first, the team who's holding on to extend the series, the KBA Luid Kapampangan. Number 0 from Minalin, Pampanga, Jericho Isidro. Number 8 from Guagua, Pampanga, Mark Manalang. From San Fernando, Pampanga, Miko Santos. From Angeles City, Pampanga, Brian So. Also from Angeles City, Pampanga, number 14, Marlon Huico. From Angeles City, Pampanga, number 24, Maiko Huico. And from Guagua, Pampanga, number 4, Lancer Khan. Starting at guard, number 6, from Angeles City, Pampanga, M. Tungkul. Power forward, number 10, from Porac, Pampanga, Paul Toquero. At guard, number 20, from Guagua, Pampanga, Cyrus Antisa. Playing center, number 21, from Sasmuan, Pampanga, Calvin Swing. And at small forward, number 30, from San Fernando, Pampanga, Jong Villarente. The head coach is Ren Cabrera with Elmer Gonzalez. Ladies and gentlemen, the KBA Luid Kapampangan. Now, the NBL 2022 Chairman's Cup champions, Taguig City Generals. Number 1, from Barangay Wawa, Taguig, J.R. Yasa. From Upper Bikutan, number 4, Chris Azares. From Barangay Bagong Bayan, number 5, Edsel Galoy. From Ligid Tipas, number 6, Mark Ordonez. From Barangay Hagonoy, number 7, team captain Kevin Oliveria. From Barangay Bagong Bayan, number 9, Kino Alcantara. From Barangay Ususa, number 10, Luis Subido. From South Signal, number 13, John Gabiran. From Bagong Bayan, Taguig, number 22, Noel Santos. From Bambang, Taguig, number 24, Coco Tansyoko. From Western Bikutan, number 26, Zu Mamaluba. From Barangay Ususan, number 43, Dan Natividad. Now, the starting 5 for your Taguig Generals. Power forward from Upper Bikutan, number 0, LJ Mayo. The man in the middle, from Palingon Tipas, number 3, Jonats Lontok. Small forward, number 21, from Barangay Tanyag, Fidel Castro. Point guard from Barangay Bagong Bayan, number 69, Batman Harvey Subrabas. Starting at guard, number 12, from Barangay Ususan, Mike Sampurna. Their head coach is Bing Victoria with Mixon Ramos. Ladies and gentlemen, your Taguig City Generals. At this point, may we request everyone to please stand. Tumayo po tayo if you are able. And please remove your caps for the NBL prayer. And to bring in the Philippine flag, ladies and gentlemen, Here's Mark Manalang of KBA Luid Kapampangan with the Taguig Generals team captain Kevin Oliveria. Let's sing all together the Philippine National Anthem. Sabay-sabay po nating awitin ang pambansang awit ng Pilipinas. Bayang magiliw, peras ang silanganan, alab ng puso, sa dibdib mo'y buhay. Lupang hinirang, duyang ka ng magiting, sa manlulupig, di ka pa sisiil, sa dagat at bundok, sa simoy at sa langit mong bugaw, may dilag ang tula at awit sa paglayang minamahal. Ang kislap ng watawat mo'y tagumpay na nagdidingding. Ang bituin at araw niya kailan pa may di magdidilim. Lupa ng araw ng walhatid pagsinta, buhay ay langit sa piling mo. Aming ligaya ng pag may mga api ang mamatay ng dahil sa'yo. NBL fans, you may now be seated. Both teams at the center court for the sportsmanship handshake. Individuals who performed very well this conference. The NBL 2023 President's Cup. And to do the honors, here's NBL Commissioner John Edward Aquino and NBL Pilipinas Executive Vice President Ms. Rose Montreal.
Magandang gabi, Taguig. Maraming salamat po dahil sa buong eliminations, every time po na nandito kami sa Taguig, hindi lang mainit ang venue, kundi mainit po ang pagtanggap ninyo sa NBL. At dahil dyan, palakpakan nyo po kayong lahat. Maraming salamat po. Before we proceed with the awarding, this activity will not be complete if I will not call the 2023 concurrent EXICOM Chairman, Taguig Generals Head Coach, Chairman Bing Victoria on center court. Alam niyo po, ang 2023 President's Cup, marami pong nagsasabi, marami nagbibigay ng feedback that this is one of the best conference ever. Lahat po ng aksyon at lahat ng quality teams nandito po sa conference na to. At kami po ay buong pusong nagpapasalamat on behalf of Chairman Paulo Ortega, Chairman President Soy Mercado, on behalf of concurrent Chairman EXICOM, Coach Bing Victoria, Com Edward, and yours truly, maraming salamat po. Alam po namin na nagmamadali na po tayo, so we will proceed with the first awardee. Sir, Com, dito po kayo sa gitna. With a total average of 151 statistical points, from elimination to semifinals, Tatak Gel Binyan, the babyface Raymart Amil. May we request a photo with the head coach, Coach Almazora, who's responsible for bringing Amil into the Mythical Five. You know, Amil has been with the NBL since 2018 and only in Tatak Gel that he was able to get this Mythical Five award. Next. With a total of 164 statistical points from elimination to semis, Kamsur Express, the Bicol Venom, Vermon, Magpantay. With a total average of 228 statistical points from elimination to semifinals, your very own Taguig Generals, the Junior Defense Minister, LJ Mayo. Alam nyo po, hindi po kami nahirapan na bigyan ng moniker si LJ because he very much deserved to be called NBL's the Junior Defense Minister. Our fourth Mythical Five awardee with a total statistical points of 239 from elimination to semis. Your very own Taguig Generals, the Forest Hunter, Mike Sampurna. And last but not the least, with a total average points, statistical points rather, of 243 from eliminations to semis. An alumni of our 21 under NBL youth, the Bomberman Lancer Khan. To award our conference most valuable player by our concurrent Execom Chairman, Chairman Bing Victoria and Commissioner Edward Aquino, no other than the Bomberman Lancer Khan. we request Coach Gao, Coach Aries, the team to join Lancer on his special request? I believe LJ and Mike would like to have a photo also with Taguig Generals. Now it's time for the Junior Defense Minister and the Forest Hunter to have a photo with his team. Coaches of Taguig Generals. Congratulations to our Mythical 5 and Most Valuable Player awardee, Dueñas Jim. Let the finals Game 3 begin.
Yeah, handa na makipagsabayan. Kahit anong nakaharang handang tapakan. Bawat pawis na papatak, kada apak at yabag. May kahalong pangarap, gustong maiangat. Larong aking pinag-usayan. Walang pake kahit na malatayan. Kahit anong sabihin nila, wala akong pakialam sa lahat ng bagay. Alam nyo na ba, hindi nyo ako maikukumpara. Bawat laro sa aking kada pasa. Sa alab na puso, laging aasa. Handang sugurin ang lahat, tigante man ang katapat. Panis yan sa'kin sapagkat panalo ay aking hangad.
Mabigyan ng buhay, pangarap at hangarin na maging mahusay. Sa daang matira matibay, ang kailangan ko lang ay magsanay.
Standing, and these two teams will give us a show. Sampurna drives inside, takes a contact, gets the basket. Sampurna, ooh, he loves these one-on-one situations. Spin move, highlight play for Mike Sampurna. The delight of the Generals crowd here at the June Dueñas Gym. That's the story of the game. That's why Taguig is cruising to this double-digit victory. It's just a great all-around performance for the Generals. Just too much for KBA Luid Kapampangan to overcome.
The scene has shifted to the Colegio de Sebastian Gym, Game 2 of this best of 5 thunderous tussle for the title.
See, looks like Khan got hurt. So Khan working on his finger right now. Looks like they are retaping. Could be a possible dislocation. Manalang drives inside. Manalang scoop shot for two. Beautiful move by Mark Manalang. You can really feel the energy from the Luid Kapampangan fans. Santos outlet to Ordonez. The lob to Dan Natividad. Two guards connecting. What a play for Taguig. A huge quarter for the Taguig General. Nice defensive stop there. Taguig pulled away thanks to a huge 32-point explosion by Taguig. The Taguig Generals grab a 2-0 lead. Now they are stepping closer to their third championship here in the NBL. You are looking live at the June Dueñas Gymnasium here in Taguig City for the continuation of the NBL President's Cup Finals. And this is game number 3 of this thunderous tussle for the title. And there are your trophies. And of course, the Taguig Generals are looking to complete a sweep of this final series when they take on the KBA Luid Kapampangan. Will this series end tonight or will it extend to a game number 4. Mabuhay Pilipinas and welcome to our coverage of the NBL on Aliw 23. Kumpleto na ang channel mo. I'm Ruben Terrado and I'm joined now by Anthony Cervino. And Anthony, this is an important game. Game 3 of course. Needless to say, this is a crucial game for KBA Luid. But how important is it for Taguig to sweep now at wag na magpuwersa ng game 4?
Yes. Well, first things first, again, mabuhay basketball fans. Yes, Ruben, 2-0 is the lead of the Taguig Generals in this series. Yes, it looks imposing, but hey, it's not impossible for Luid Kapampangan to win 3 in a row. And let's see, it will begin today.
Alright, before we go to game 3, let's review game number 2 of this championship series between KBA Luid and Taguig Generals. And of course, Kevin Oliveria walks out early in the first half.
That's right.
But afterwards, it was Mark Manalang who took over for KBA Luid and kept the fight going for the Luid Kapampangan team. But at the end of the day, Taguig was just too much. A lot of firepower. Dan Atividad, also one of the heroes of that game. The final score of game number 2 was 108-90. The Generals taking a 2-0 lead in this final series. Anthony, what was your impression of that game number 2? Where later we will saw the graphic on how dominant was Taguig.
Oh yes,
in
but
terms
again,
of the shooting numbers.
like again, back-to-back wins again for the Generals, both by 18 points, Ruben. And again, as we say, numbers do not lie. Look at the shooting clip of the Generals compared to Luid Kapampangan. A big disparity. That's 56 against 32%. And then all the other aspects, rebounds, assists, it goes to show the total dominance as far as the numbers is concerned.
Alright, let's put the focus on 2 players and let's begin with Dan Atividad, who was very aggressive on offense in game
Number 2,
Yes.
he had 21 points and he dished out 8 assists. Look at his numbers, 21 points. Like I said, he was very active on offense. Anthony, in game 1, he only had 8 points but he had 12 assists. How important is Dan Atividad to this team?
Well, for one, aside of course from the points and everything he does, like these highlight plays, he is like the emotional leader of this team. Remember, Dan Natividad is one player who wears his emotions on his sleeve. We've covered him for what? How many conferences already? And again, he is one of the barometers. Where Natividad goes, that's where the Taguig Generals go.
On the other side, let's discuss Lancer Khan,
Oh, yeah.
who had also a good game, but he suffered an early injury in
Yes.
game number 2. As we look at his finger right now, he injured his left pinky early in game number 2 and looks like it hasn't healed, Anthony. Nakikita natin tinitape uli yung kanyang
That's right.
finger. How important is Lancer Khan to this KBA Luid Kapampangan team?
You know, Ruben, come the finals, Lancer Khan has really been checked by the defense of Taguig. Remember, he was averaging something like 26 points through the eliminations and in the semifinals. But here, in the finals, Lancer is just down to 18 points a game. So the key here for Lancer is to look for his missing points. Maybe go back to his old numbers, and maybe that could be the key to bring back Luid Kapampangan in this series.
With Lancer Khan injured in game number 2, one player who stepped up for KBA Luid Kapampangan was Mark Manalang.
Oh, yes.
And we will take a look at his numbers. Manalang didn't actually have a good shooting night, Anthony, but he was still very much a vital part of the offense in game 2 for KBA Luid. Look at his numbers, 25 points. How important is Mark Manalang to this team now that Lancer Khan looks like he's still playing hurt right now, Anthony?
Well, again, Ruben, amidst the struggles of Lancer Khan, Manalang has been the top scorer of Luid Kapampangan in both games of the series. And again, he is one of the, we can say, one of the barometers for Luid Kapampangan. But then again, he cannot do it alone. He needs help. He needs guys like Mark Reinster, Santos, and even Jericho Cinto, Silos Antisa. They have to give their share because again, basketball is played by 5 players. And again, they have to work as a unit if they are to extend this series into a game 4.
This final series began, Anthony, with Mike
game 3 rather.
with Mike Sampurna taking the best player of the game honors. He also played very well in game number 2, 16 points and 9 rebounds, 4 assists. Earlier tonight, he won the Mythical 5
Yes.
award. How would you describe Mike Sampurna's performance all conference long, Anthony?
Ruben, times like this, the finals, the playoffs, this is Mike Sampurna's time. Now, if you remember, way back in the Chairman's Cup late last year and earlier this year, Mike Sampurna really showed come the championship time, and he was the MVP of the finals of the Chairman's Cup. So I guess that speaks for itself.
All right, we will now begin game number 2. But first, let's go to our venue announcer. But first, let's discuss
Oh yes.
Kevin Oliveria, the team's keeper of the Taguig Generals, and an unsung hero for the Taguig Generals, Kevin Oliveria. Anthony, let's discuss first his numbers. Were you surprised with this performance in Game 2?
Well, I'm not surprised because Kevin, I know, is a good player. No, ever since I've been watching him in college at Perpetual Health. But then again, no, as the captain, no, you have to lead by example. So again, Kevin Oliveria just being the team captain.
All right, let's go to Mr. Richard Tampos.
Yeah.
Cisco, Junel Buse, and Jomari Espila. This game is under the supervision and regulation of the Games and Amusements Board. Let's get it started. Game 3 of the best of 5 NBL Pilipinas President's Cup Finals. Live on Aliw Channel 23. Kompleto na ang channel mo.
All right, let's take a look at the starters for Luid, Antiza, Tungkol, Suing, Toquero, and Villarente for Taguig. Sobrabas, Sampurna, Lontok, Mayo, and Castro. Anthony, very interesting starting five for Luid with Lancer Can and Mark Manalang on the bench.
Well, of course, we know that in this playoffs, the coaching staff of Luid Kapampangan, they have decided to bring Can off the bench, and it has proven to be a good strategy. But then again, Ruben, you mentioned the injury to Can, his finger injury. It will play a big factor in this game.
All right, we are about to begin game number 3 of this best of 5 series, and we are now underway here at the June Dueñas Gymnasium. They go inside to Lontok, and he scores the 2 points. The first 2 points of the game, Anthony.
Yes, of course, we know Lontok, no, he is also averaging double figures in this series. Silent operator, but then again, just as effective.
Antiza working against Subrabas. Suing, guarded by Lontok. Outside to Tungkol. Across the lane, and he draws a foul.
You know, Ben, I guess no, the idea of starting M. Tungkol has done wonders for his game.
As we first see this lay-in by Jonas Lontok to start off this game. We know how important a good start is for both teams. We remember in one of their encounters here at the June Dueñas Gymnasium, the Generals had a cold start and KBA Luid took advantage and got that win, and also gave the Generals their only defeat so far here in the conference.
That's right. Of course, in their head-to-head, yes, of course, KBA Luid, no, they can take into account that, yes, they have beaten Taguig and they can do it again.
Especially here at their home court. Sampurna at the left side, being guarded by Jong Villarente. The attack by Sampurna, kick out. Castro from the outside, won't work. There's a foul, and the ball will stay with the Generals.
So let's see who's it against.
Looks like it's a foul on Calvin Suing.
Right.
And Calvin Suing had a good outing in game number 2. He had 12 rebounds in game number 2. As we see Lontok with a jumper, too strong, and the board goes to Tungkol. Antiza goes to the left side, the pass to Toquero, back to Antiza. Thinking 3, now he drives to the corner. Toquero, that's short. The rebound battle goes to M. Tungkol. Villarente, the attack. Short pass to Suing. The one-hander is in for Calvin Suing.
You know, Ben, Calvin Suing has been a good, you can say a good mid-season acquisition for KBA Luid. Of course, he did not start the tournament. He's joined the team late, but then again,
almost a basket there by Mike Sampurna. And now Villarente stops, sets up for that three-pointer, too strong. Rebound by M. Tungkol, and now Villarente with a drive. He misses. Suing offensive board. Suing misses again. And now Mayo on the run. The pass to Castro. Castro had the open lane before that whistle.
Well, I guess a preemptive call given up by Silas and Tiza to stop this looming fast break. And look at the score. Only 5 points total by both teams, and we played almost 2 minutes.
Lontok, hand off to Sampurna. Sampurna spin move. Nice defense there by Jong Villarente. Meanwhile, Lontok lays it in. Lontok now has 4 in the game.
Of course, we expect with Taguig and even Luid Kapampangan are playing, we expect these teams to hit 100 points. And right now, I guess maybe later on they'll get their pace.
Taguig got 108 points in that victory in game number 2. And Tiza fires off the back rim. And that will go now to the Taguig Generals. Antiza struggled in game 2. Antiza only had 8 points. He actually struggled from the field, 2 of 7. Meanwhile, we have a foul called. So the foul is on Suing, and now it's his second foul, Anthony.
This is a decision time here for KBA Luid. Their starting center has 2 fouls, and we're still early in the first quarter.
Sampurna drains the first.
And speaking about the center position for Luid Kapampangan, Ruben, remember, if you've been following the tournament since we opened last June, a lot of players have been lost by Luid Kapampangan, either to injury or to other reasons. That's why, their front line has really thinned down in the course of the conference.
We saw that impact of the Alin front line, Anthony, in game 1. Taguig
Yes.
out rebounding
Oh, yes.
KBA Luid in game number 1. Meanwhile, foul away from the ball. That will go against Subrabas, I believe.
That's right, of course, Harvey, one of the, you can call them the Taguig originals. They've been here since 2018. Of course, that was the first year. That was the year that the NBL, the National Basketball League Pilipinas, was established.
Antiza takes the shot from the outside, around and out. Offensive rebound by Villarente. Villarente in and out.
It looks like Brian So has come in to replace the foul-troubled Calvin.
They go inside to Mayo. Reverse layup. Scores and a foul. LJ Mayo with the reverse and a foul on Brian So.
Of course, Roberto, if you see that last sequence, it is very evident that the big men of Pampanga have the size advantage. However, the bigs of Taguig, they may not be as tall, but they have lots of experience and a lot of smarts.
As we look at the slow-mo, nice find there to Mayo. The foul on Brian So.
I guess, Mayo just showing why he was awarded a slot in the Mythical 5 earlier today.
That's his second Mythical 5 award of his career here in the NBL. He won in season 2.
Oh yes, that was the year that Taguig won their very first NBL championship.
They will look to win their 3rd overall here in the NBL as we see Tungkol momentarily losing the ball. So, Can now in the game for Luid Kapampangan. Tungkol from the outside, still too strong. KBA Luid still unable to connect from the outside. Castro to Mayo on top against Isidro. Subrabas back to Mayo. They go to the corner. Castro from the outside. Too strong. Battle for the rebound. Antiza falls down hard. And a foul on Subrabas. And Antiza in pain right now after that bad fall. As we look at the slow-mo, Anthony.
Sometimes, Ruben, I just do not want to watch these slow-mos. Oh, wow. You can really feel,
Subrabas also going for the ball, but in the process.
Well, let's hope that Silas is okay. He was favoring his knee, but it looks like he can walk on his own power. That's nice.
Good news for the KBA Luid Kapampangan team as Antiza is replaced by Mark Manalang.
All right, so fine. By the way, Ruben, Lancer Kana silently checked in a few seconds ago rather.
But again, like we told you in the pregame, that left pinky of Lancer Khan heavily wrapped. So let's see if that will affect his performance here in game number 3. Isidro the floater. Rebound scramble, and possession will go to the Generals.
Now talk about the small finger, the pinky finger. Yes, it is a small finger. It's the but it really helps, especially with your shooting. It's a very important finger when you fire a shot.
Castro at the left corner against Tungkol. Sampurna attacks to Mayo. Underneath to Sampurna and one. Last minute pass there by LJ Mayo. And the pass to Sampurna for two plus the foul.
Well, that is simply a good example of familiarity of the Generals. Again, this team has been together for what? How many years? The core has been together since 2018. Whereas Luid Kapampangan, they were playing in NBL youth, but as a senior team, they are playing only now together.
The Generals with a 7-point lead. KBA Luid only one field goal so far in this game on that basket by Calvin Suing. Can, top shot. Long rebound goes to Isidro. We have a kick ball. And it will be Taguig basketball. Turnover for KBA Luid.
No, Ben, now that you mentioned it, I suddenly realized that yes, it has been what, ages since then KBA Luid had a basket.
Most of their possessions, Anthony, medyo one and done. No offensive rebounds for KBA Luid as Sobraba is being pressured. Mayo still at the backcourt, and we have a foul. And look at Can and Sobrabas having some words. Sampurna now talking to Lancer Can.
Well, I guess the two, you can say that the two main contenders for MVP going at each other.
Probably added motivation for Mike Sampurna as we check the replay.
Yes.
The foul on Sampurna, and then Can goes after Sampurna.
Of course, now you better watch it. These extra motions, once the play's been whistled dead, referees are very particular about that.
Very important to keep their focus, Anthony, in this important contest, especially for Taguig, as they are going for the sweep.
Of course, Ben, the coaches have said so many times, the hardest game to win is the close-out game.
So, from the outside, around and out, another miss there for KBA Luid. As we see Natividad, a drive, and he scores.
That's right, of course, Dan Natividad announcing his arrival with that drive.
Manalang, that pass is picked up by Mayo, and the outlet pass, Sampurna denied by Can, and a foul is called. And we can see in their faces, they are very intense, both Sampurna and Lancer Can.
Of course, you can look at this replay a little bit. These are the laws of physics in action. You cannot defy the laws of physics. All those extra contacts there.
As we look at Dan Natividad, so far, highlights in the first quarter, Dan Natividad announcing his arrival here in game number 3 as we see the fans here at the June Dueñas gym.
They are really prepared. They even have tarpaulins with the faces of the players.
Of course, the fans expecting a celebration. Of course, KBA Luid has other plans. They want to extend this series. That free throw won't work for Sampurna. 10-point lead for the Generals, approaching the 6-minute mark of the first quarter.
Well, we're not even halfway. It seems a lot has already happened in this opening quarter.
Santos with a miss. Another miss for KBA Luid Kapampangan. As we see the drive by Natividad. He stops, looks for the teammate. They go back to Natividad. Taking this three-pointer short. Rebound by Can. And Can in a foot race against Mayo. Rejected by LJ Mayo. And the fans cheering that defensive play by LJ Mayo. Let's take another look.
That's right, a public display of rejection by Mayo.
And LJ Mayo read that play perfectly.
So again, I am now convinced that he should be part of our Mythical 5.
LJ Mayo had 4 blocks in game 2. Meanwhile, the ball tapped by Castro. Ball will remain with KBA Luid.
Now, Fidel Castro has yet to shoot, but then again, his presence on the court, he's like a leader. But speaking of Castro, he's now replaced by his fellow PCU alumni, Mark Edison Ordonez, also a shooter.
Another miss from Manalang. Santos to no!
So again, Ruben, still no field goals. No second field goal, rather, for Luid Kapampangan.
Again, only a field goal for Calvin Suing for KBA Luid Kapampangan. We have a foul on Lancer Khan at the left corner.
So is
Oh,
that
looks like it's steps out of bounds. I believe Anthony Sampurna steps out of bounds.
so a lucky break here for Kapampangan. They avoid a foul. Because again, Ruben, I mentioned that this team has been, their lineup has been decimated throughout the conference because of either injuries or other reasons.
But despite that, as we see Santos finally with a field goal for
yes.
KBA Luid Kapampangan. You know, despite the challenges that you were mentioning, Anthony, KBA Luid was still able to reach the finals.
Oh, yes.
As we have Sampurna at the left corner guarded by Lancer Khan. The drive by Sampurna into Mayo, another pass. Ordonez with a jumper. It's in for Mark Ordonez.
So again, like I mentioned, Ordonez is not disappointing. As we said, he is a shooter. Yes, he is indeed one and one of the best in the NBL.
The sidestep move by Jericho Isidro. And it draws contact. Foul called on Jonas Slontop. And that's his second foul, Anthony.
Of course, when you talk about Jericho Isidro and this building on the Dueñas Gym, in their first game of the season, it was against Taguig Binyan. And it was Isidro that hit the winning shot in this very venue. So I guess there's a good synergy, you can say, between Isidro and this building.
Good memories for KBA Luid, Anthony.
Of course, the very
here in
first
this
game,
venue.
yeah.
And of course, they won as well against Taguig. Here at the same venue, like we were mentioning earlier, as KBA Luid still continuing to struggle offensively.
By the way, for the benefit of our fans on trivia, the other loss of Taguig in the elimination round was late in the elimination. It was against the Camso Express in Muntinlupa. Yeah, so they have 2 losses in the elimination. Well, Saw has to sit down, huh? Quick stint for Saw.
So it's replaced. As we have Ordonez now bringing the ball for Taguig. Guarded by Mark Manalang. Ordonez to Natividad. Coco Tanshoco the left corner.
Oh, another shooter.
Oliveria now in the game for Taguig. The best player in game 2, Ordonez, sees an opening. And that trickles in for Mark Ordonez, who now has 4 points.
Wow, 4 quick points for Mark Ordonez off the bench. And again, that goes to show how many shooters Coach Big Victoria has in his arsenal.
Taguig having that deep bench. As we have Santos with the possession of the ball for KBA Luid. Wico to Isidro. Uses the Wico screen. And that was a wayward pass by Jericho Isidro.
Ruben, we were talking about depth earlier. No, correct me if I'm wrong. I noticed Marlon Wico, his name was called during the introductions, but it looks like Marlon Wico is not here. So that's another one less big for KBA Luid.
Of course, Wico was ejected in game 2.
Oh, okay. So that explains it.
So we have Natividad at the line for 2 free throws.
You know what? You have to go here to the Dueñas Gym and watch the game live. You know why? Watching Natividad on TV, I mean, he is much faster in person when you watch him live.
Natividad misses the second free throw. Score is still 17-6. Manalang the crossover move. Manalang the sidestep. Manalang scores.
So again, Manalang has been trying his best, Ruben, to fill the slack with the dip in the game of Lancer Khan.
Foul called on Lancer Khan. Second foul on Lancer Khan, Anthony. So that's huge.
Wow. And again, another grim development here for Luid Kapampangan. Khan has 2 fouls and he joins Calvin with 2 fouls.
As we saw that lay-in by Mark Manalang, his first two of the game. Natividad still not making his free throws consistently. He misses on the first.
But I like this new basketball we're using, the two-tone. So nice, it looks nice on TV.
As we have a look at one of the posters that the fans brought in the building. Meanwhile, we have a timeout. We will return shortly after this break. Welcome back on Luid, Channel 23, kompleto ng channel mo. As we take a look at Lancer Khan, who won the most valuable player for the 2023 President's Cup. And again, what a story, Anthony.
Oh,
from NBL youth to MVP in only his first season in the NBL Seniors Division.
Oh, Ben, no, not even in the span of 1 year. No, he was playing
Right.
in the NBL Youth last April, and what? We're in September.
So again, a star is born here in the NBL as we see another second chance, and Nico Santos converts.
That's right. No, they need Santos, but again, no, they need probably a third or fourth teammate to help out.
Tanshoko from the outside, too strong, and ball will go to KBA Luid.
Of course, so we know Tanshoko. Again, another shooter for the Taguig Generals. Of course, Tanshoko out of the Enderun colleges in Taguig also, McKinley Hill to be precise. Good school, huh?
Right,
Sure.
and we have Santos now at the post, guarded by Noel Santos. And that pass is picked off. Natividad on the break. Natividad over two defenders, and he draws a foul.
And this guy is really fast, huh? It looks like even our cameras are having a hard time catching up with him.
Foul call on Jong Villarente, sending Natividad again to the foul line.
I remember, Jong Villarente, Ruben. He was one of the coaches of the Luid Kapampangan youth teams, and then he decided to activate himself for the senior team.
Jong Villarete actually returning in the NBL. He played in Season 2
Oh, yes.
for the Pampanga Delta, who also plays second to Taguig in
Yes.
Season 2.
And I believe also Cyrus Antiza and Jericho Isidro were part of that team. I'll check. But they were once with that team. I'm not sure if they were part of the 2018, 2000 Season 2 unit.
We have Manalang working against Ordonez. Bounce pass that was tapped by Natividad from behind, and now outlet pass to Ordonez for two.
And again, a good trail job by Ordonez. Again, just because your teammate is pretty down for the layup, it's not an shooter, so you have to have at least a trail man just in case he misses.
There was a bit of a confusion on that possession, but meanwhile, we have a turnover once again for KB Luid. Tanshoko the drive. Tanshoko scores!
Wow, look at that. Such a strong move by Tanshoko. I mean, he was already jammed. Oh, quick response.
And Khan scores the first two of the game. So the Generals ahead by 12. Under 2 minutes to play in the second or in the first quarter.
Yes, that's right. We're still in the first. A lot of things has happened.
Natividad against Manalang. And Natividad steps out of bounds.
Yes.
As we see the slow-mo, the fast break play, and Tansyoko absorbing that contact by Villarente.
That's right. Again, that's a case of good upper body strength by Tansyoko.
KBA Luid looking to draw closer. Villarente at left as we look at the fast break points, Anthony. 10 for the Generals, none for KBA Luid.
Of course, that starts with control of the boards. No rebounds leads to fast breaks.
As we see that jumper by Wico won't work. Another grab for Taguig.
Now, speaking of numbers, Nobeno, I cannot wait to see the offensive numbers rebounds. That is one stat that is really worth looking at.
Natividad against Can. Directing traffic for the Generals. That pass is tapped by Can but recovered by Natividad. Nice ball fake. Noel Santos with a short stop.
And again, that is a good example of moving without the ball. You move around, don't wait for the ball to get to you. Oops.
As we have Can down on the floor, holding on to his midsection earlier. And Can is still down. Let's see what happened. Can with a drive. And Ordonez holds on to Lancer Can. Another look from a different angle.
Ouch. I mean, it's really been a tough series, Nobena. It's been a tough series for Lancer Can. Of course, you know, at the start, like what I said, perhaps they did not know who Lancer Can was because he was playing the NBL youth. But now, in the course of the conference, the teams have made the adjustments, so they now know how to guard Lancer Can.
Watch the play again. I think our game officials are reviewing
yes, for
the
possible
sequence.
Unsportsmanlike foul or whatever they will find.
I think the question here is, was Ordonez going for the ball?
Well, it looks a bit, no, it seems that Mark Ordonez was embracing Can from behind. But of course, our referee is doing this to make sure that they make the right call. This is the finals, Nobeno. There is no room for error, both on the players and the officials.
We continue to wait for the official sanction.
Yeah, if there will be any.
Again, Can was fouled by Ordonez. The question now is whether it's a regular foul or
Yes.
a flagrant foul.
But then again, you know, I mean, I'll just put it on record. I've been watching Ordonez since he was in college at PCU, and he is not a physical player. Huh? In fact, he is the one that is the recipient of a lot of these physical plays. Because, of course, he was one of the go-to guys of the PCU Dolphins.
Ordonez, I believe, one of the new faces for the Generals this
Yes.
conference.
Yes, of course, Ordonez, he told me that he's making the adjustment, no, because in college, he was the go-to guy of the PCU Dolphins, and now he's just one of the guys in his professional club.
This Generals team, Anthony, guard heavy with Natividad and Sampurna as well.
But you know what? I like the complementary big men. Again, they may not be as big. No 6'5", 6'6". Oh, wait, here's the decision.
We will hear it from our venue announcer, Mr. Richard Tampos.
He's not only an announcer, he's also a singer.
Foul number 6, Mark Ordonez. That's his first.
Okay.
Technical foul is called on Taguig Generals number 22, Noel Santos, for unnecessary contact
Okay.
during the dead ball situation.
Now we get it.
So a technical foul was also slapped on Noel Santos.
Yes.
So some extracurricular activities after the foul.
Yes. And again, like what I said earlier, the referees are very particular about actions after the play has been whistled dead. So 2 free throws here for Lancer Can. Hopefully, Ruben, these free throws will get this game going, but it looks like it will be Cyrus and Tiza who will take the 2 gift shots.
I think this is the technical foul.
Okay, yes, technical.
Technical free throw. So Cyrus Antiza shooting the technical free throw, and that rattles in for
course,
Cyrus Antiza,
You know,
Anthony.
going back to Lancer Can, is a pinky finger injury. No, the pinky finger is very important because you remember in the basic basketball, you have to dribble with the tips of all your fingers.
Right.
And when you shoot, you cradle the ball on all your fingers. So again, any pressure or contact on the injured pinky will definitely hurt.
Again, a look at that pinky as Khan misses the second free throw. KBA Luid down 12 points. 48 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Ordonez from the corner, a three-pointer on the way, and that's in. And Mark Ordonez now has 9 points, Anthony.
Wow, 9 points per minute, and this guy could score 50 the way he's going.
15-point lead for the Generals. 30 seconds remaining in the first. Khan looks to answer. It's short. Rebound by Tansyoko. Shot clock is off for the Generals. But Natividad loses the leather. Recovered by Lancer Khan. 15 seconds remaining. Antiza stops. Waits for his teammates. Antiza. They will set up a play. They go to Khan. 5 seconds remaining. Khan, open lane. Khan, off the glass for 2. And that ends the first quarter with Lancer Khan scoring on that shortstop. And the KBA Luid Kapampangan still down by 13 points as we watch the highlights of the first quarter. Taguig on a roll early. Lontok scores the first 2 points of the game. And then this drive by Jonas Lontok, a big lead built by Taguig early on. Dan Natividad hits the lay-in. And then the fast break play, Coco Tansyoko over Villarete for 2. Again, this is game 3. Will Taguig win this one via sweep, or will Luid extend this series? Second quarter when we come back here on Aliw 23.
Yeah, handa na makipagsabayan. Kahit anong nakaharang handang tapakan. Bawat pawis na papatak, kada apak at yabag. May kahalong pangarap, gustong maiangat. Larong aking pinag-usayan. Walang pake kahit na malatayan. Kahit anong sabihin nila, wala akong pakialam sa lahat ng bagay. Alam nyo na ba, hindi nyo ako maikukumpara. Bawat laro sa aking kada pasa. Sa alab na puso laging aasa. Handang sugurin ang lahat, tigante man ang katapat. Panis yan sa'kin sapagkat panalo ay aking hangad.
Mabigyan ng
Here at the June Dueñas Gymnasium. And Anthony, you know, we always have good sized crowd here dito sa June Dueñas
Definitely.
Gym.
Of course, again, by the way, our crowd is a little pumped up after, we gave away some T-shirts during the break. Again, that's one of the perks of watching live. So I guess that's a sign for everybody. The next time, watch the NBL live. There's nothing better than watching the game live at the venue.
If you're near the area, come join us here at the June Dueñas Gymnasium. Second quarter now underway. Anthony, what was your impressions of the first quarter?
Well, the mere fact that Kapampangan gave up 29 points is a big indictment of their defense. Of course, with 29 points, for sure, Taguig is very much on the way to score over 100 points. So again, that means that the defense of KBA Luid has to step up come the second quarter. Okay,
Again, KBA Luid earning every point, 6 of 25 at the end of the first quarter.
Of course, look at that. Ordonez, 9 points to bed in, take this, 6 minutes.
Meanwhile, a bad pass there by Lancer Khan as KBA Luid Kapampangan turns the ball over.
Because you can just guess what is on the mind of Coach Ren Cabrera.
Ball is now with the Generals after the turnover. Ordonez getting added minutes for the Taguig Generals after that splendid performance in the first quarter.
Look at this, Ruben. Now we are seeing Edsel Galley for only the first time.
Ordonez, that bounces out. Rebound by Calvin Suing. Meanwhile, Lancer Khan with the ball now for the KBA Luid Kapampangan, who are looking to stay alive in this best-of-5 final series.
Yes, of course, this is the second best-of-5 series in the history of the NBL. Of course, the last time we had one, it was between the Pampanga Delta and the La Union Power inside the San Fernando bubble, won by the Delta 3-1, so no sweep. So if ever, it could be the first sweep of a best-of-5 series.
All of the other final series here in the NBL all have ended in sweeps.
Yes, they were best of 3.
As we have this drive, but Santos lost the ball. And a foul committed by Mark Ordonez, I believe, as he acknowledges the foul.
So again, Ordonez, despite his hot shooting, picks up 2 quick fouls. So that is the cue for Coach Victoria to bring in the starter, Harvey Subrabas, and also the return of Jonathan Lontok to replace Captain Kevin Oliveria. But then again, we have constantly praised Captain Kevin for his breakout performance in Game 2. Again, Ruben, it's not all about scoring or what, or statistics. As the team captain, of course, Oliveria has to be the community. He has to be the bridge between the team and the coaches and the management. He must bring everybody together.
Suing misses. Another board for Calvin Suing. As we have Lancer Khan. Bounce pass to Suing. And that bounces in for Calvin Suing.
Okay, now Calvin tried to make up for lost time. Remember, Swing was forced to sit down with 2 quick fouls. So that means he was limited to he only played less than 3 minutes in the first quarter.
Santos lost the ball on his way up. And now KBA Luid. Good sign here for KBA Luid with that defensive stop in the first 2 points of the quarter. Manalang, it's that short jumper.
Again, so far so good. No, Kapampangan has held Taguig scoreless for 2.5 minutes already. That's a good sign.
Lead down to 9 for the Generals. Galoy being pressured. He recovers the ball. Santos to Subrabas. Hands it over to Tanshoco. The baseline drive. Tanshoco. Suing rejects that shot, but we have a foul. And let's see if that's on Suing.
Yes, if ever it will be number 3 on Calvin. Okay. So now they can give a side relief. It's on Manalang. But still, Manalang is just an important player in the scheme of things for Luid Kapampangan.
As we have Coco Tanshoco at the line. He misses. Anthony, I want to give a shout out to his former teammate Val Chauca.
Oh yes.
As he has been monitoring Coco's game. I got to talk to him last week, and he has been monitoring his games here in the NBL.
Of course, you know Val Chauca, again, one of the better products of Enderan.
As we have Tanshoco missing that free throw. Manalang at the left side, guarded by Harvey Subrabas. Manalang, jumper, short, rebound by Jonas Lontok. Subrabas on the attack. Across to Tanshoco from the corner. Off the back rim, and Galoy gets the offensive rebound. He misses. Galoy gets it back, and Galoy draws a foul. So Galoy working wonders inside, Anthony.
You know, it's all about, hard work. Now, you saw the motions there of Edsel. He was really fighting for every ball. Even earlier, you saw he was too deep in the baseline. He was still able to twist his body backwards just to get a shot up.
As we have Castro returning for the Generals. Edsel Galoy now at the line.
Galoy has been a revelation ever since he signed up last year. One of the youngest players in the NBL, but still, a lot of potential. Of course, Galoy he is still a student at Letran, and hopefully he should crack the Knights regular roster next year.
Galoy also played for Perpetual Health. So we have Tungkol, or that's Toquero, I should say, Suing the jumper. That rattles in for Calvin Suing, and Suing now with 4 points in this quarter.
But then again, Suing has to watch it. His fouls has really hampered his effectiveness, especially on defense.
Castro at the right side, guarded by Toquero. Galoy at the right corner. Lontok, back to Galoy. Galoy sees an opening. Drop pass to Lontok, but he recovers the ball. Ball is loose now, and we have a jump ball.
Wow, everybody wanting a piece of that Spalding basketball. I also want a piece of that basketball. Again, I said it looks nice, the two-colored, the ball.
As we see the slow-mo, might have been a bad pass there by Lontok as Galoy was in traffic. And we have a jump ball in front of the Taguig bench.
If I'm not mistaken, I think Edsel transferred schools from Perpetual to Letran in between the Chairman's Cup and this President's Cup. So that's why he should be eligible by next year, not now.
The top goes to Paul Toquero. So KBA Luid wins the jump. Manalang against Sobrabas. Short pass to Suing. Another shot for Suing. This time it's strong. And Sobrabas now directing traffic, calling play number 5. They go inside to Lontok. Lontok at the post against Suing. Lontok off the glass.
Well, of course, Lontok, he's taking advantage. So he knows that Calvin has foul trouble. So he will try to fish a foul from Suing.
We see So now about to re-enter the game as we have Toquero step back 3 off to the left. Rebound by Sobrabas.
Of course, Paul Toquero, he makes sure that he has at least a 3-point shot every game. That's like his tradition.
Mayo against Wico. Galoy from the outside. Too strong. Rebound by Tungkol. Manalang brings the ball to the front court. Manalang draws the triple team. Goes outside to Tungkol. Everything but the shot. And for KBA Luid, they need to hit that one. Tungkol was wide open at the right corner.
But then again, if you want to look at the positive, only 3 points. KBA Luid has limited the Taguig to only 3 points in this second quarter, while they have scored 6 points of their own. But still, the important thing is they are closing in.
Tungkol with a putback there for KBA Luid.
That's right, as we speak, they inch closer. It's down to single digits, Ruben, for the first time in a long, long time.
Tungkol with his first field goal of the match. Castro, the right side, guarded by Toquero, into Lontok. Against Brian So, turns and fires, short. Rebound controlled by Mark Manalang. Manalang to Nico Santos against Mayo, now draws the double. Top shot by Nico Santos, and the rebound by Harvey Sobrabas. Sobrabas looks at Coach Bing Victoria. Castro against Toquero. Lontok. Hand off to Castro. And he hits that long too. I think Castro steps on the line.
Yes, he had a toe on the line, and I guess sometimes when you have those neon-colored shoes, so the referees will really notice it. That you have a toe on the line.
10-point lead for the Generals. Santos to So. Fires from the outside. Off the back rim. Rebound by Edsel Galoy. And again, a one-and-done possession for KBA Luid. No offensive fouls for Luid.
Again, you mentioned those rebounds. And look at that. In the first quarter, Ruben, Taguig winning the battle of offensive rebounds 12-8.
As we have Paul Toquero being replaced. And now Taguig has requested for this timeout despite being up by 10 points. We will take a short break. Aliw 23, kompleto na ang channel mo. A look at the Game 2 numbers of LJ Mayo and Jonats Lontok. And a dominating performance for both players, offensively and even defensively, Anthony.
That's right. And as I wrote in this morning's issue of Bulgar, ang tambalang, Lontok at Mayo, tahimik pero epektibo. So again, they are living up to their billing, silent but effective.
Again, Mayo 4 blocks in game 2. So again, both players very effective in the Taguig front line. Again, they have been playing for the Generals, I think, since the start.
Yes, they are
Especially
also part
Lontok.
of the originals. Of course,
Galoy.
yeah.
Alright, go ahead, Anthony.
Of course, Ben, the likes of Dan Natividad and Harvey Subrabas and maybe even Edsel Galo who shot that, they provide the oohs and ahs. But again, Lontok and Mayo, they provide the silent work.
14-point lead for the Generals. 5 minutes to play in the second quarter. Again, we're live at the June Dueñas game. Ruben Terrado alongside Anthony Cervino on the call as we see Can off the glass and the foul.
Of course, Ben, they have to be careful also about Lancer Can. Remember, in game 1, Can, he only had 9 points through the first 3 quarters, suddenly exploding for 15 points in the fourth quarter.
And Lancer Can, chance for a 3-point play. That bounces out, but good sign for KBA Luid.
Yes.
Lancer Can already active on offense as we have Lontok at the post against So, turns around and a foul is called on Brian So, I believe. So they have been going on at Lontok, Anthony.
Yes.
Here in the second quarter.
Of course, Lontok has loads of experience compared to the front line of Luid Kapampangan. And remember, Ruben, there was a time in this President's Cup that Brian Saw, I think he missed something like 3 or 4 games in a row due to injury, and he returned only in time for the semifinals.
But still just in time for that playoff run.
Yes.
So KBA Luid needs the presence of So here in the finals. Meanwhile, Mamaluba, too strong, rebound by Nico Santos.
I'm surprised that Suharto Mamaluba did not play at all in games 1 and 2.
So this is his first appearance in the
Yes.
finals. Santos from the outside, too strong, rebound by Galoy. Galoy, the pass. There might have been a miscommunication on both players.
And the ball is behind us.
Right.
Yeah, we get to touch the ball. It's nice. That's a nice feel to your fingers. So the more I want one.
4 minutes and 9 seconds remaining in the second period. The Generals still up by 12. So again, KBA Luid has never led in this game, I believe, Anthony, if I'm not mistaken. No, they led 3-2.
Yes, on
Early
that
in the game,
early,
Anthony. My mistake.
shot, yes. But it has been a common refrain in this series.
So, got an opening. Still won't work for KBA Luid. But that was last touch by Subrabas, says the referee.
Sampurna will come back. So, Ruben, quite a long rest here for Mike Jefferson Sampurna. But then again, with your MVP candidate sitting down, it looks like, well, of course, they were able to close in Pampangan. Then again, yeah.
But they also have the luxury since Mark Ordonez is playing very well here in the ball game as we see Santos with that late pass.
Yeah, think about it. 9 points in less than 6 minutes. That's more than 1 point a minute.
So now it's KBA Luid ball. So, to Lancer Can, guarded by Edsel Galoy. Nico Santos wants an isolation play against Mayo. Nice defense there by Mayo in fronting Nico Santos.
It's only recently that I noticed that Nico Santos plays the frontline position so easily, but he's way much shorter than most power forwards.
Meanwhile, KBA Luid wants a timeout with 3 seconds on the shot clock. They want to draw a play. We will take a short break and come back in a moment. Welcome back as we look at the cell phones of both teams, Taguig and KBA Luid, and this is being done to protect the integrity, credibility of every match. Teams are required to surrender their mobile phones 15 minutes before game time. What can you say, Anthony, about that protocol by the league?
Oh, definitely. That's a good move, and I support that very much. At least the fans are sure that they have nothing but pure, unadulterated sports entertainment right before their eyes.
Off that miss by KBA Luid. Natividad now with the ball. Galoy, baseline drive. Galoy for two.
Oh, what a jackknife! What a jackknife layup there by Edsel Galoy.
And Galoy with 6 in the game, increasing the lead of the Generals to 14 points.
Okay, remember, Ruben, they won both Game 1 and Game 2 by 18 points.
And again, this has been the trend of the series. Ganito lagi ang lamang ng Generals in the first half. And then eventually, Taguig pulls away in the second half. Let's see if that trend will change. Meanwhile, a miss by KBA Luid, but they get the ball back. A rejection by Mayo, and he gets the rebound.
Well, again, that's the second block in the game for Mayo.
Nice find inside to Mamaluba. That drops in.
Wow. I mean, look at the eyes of Suharto Mamaluba waiting for it to drop in.
Meanwhile, Antiza with the ball. We have a whistle. As we watch, this is the drive by Edsel Galoy. Hangs in the air for that short stab. And then this shot by Zuma Maluba, that almost went out. But eventually it went in.
That's right, a cinematic effect.
Yeah, but timeout by the Generals. We will return shortly. Welcome back as there has been a challenge on this play, Anthony. And let's watch what happened here. Mamaluba and So. Looks like some extracurricular activity between the two. And the referees are checking.
Yes. There's the green light that made its debut here in the President's Cup. One of the innovations introduced by Commissioner Edward Aquino and his staff.
What's your thoughts about that challenge? You know, we see that in the NBA and now we have it in the NBL.
Well, that's good because at least we can be sure that the calls are correct. Of course, again, our referees are human. They cannot see everything. But then again, we have to make sure that the calls are correct because here in the NBL, it is only the team that really deserves to win that should win.
Another look at what happened there. And the push there by Brian So. And then the stare down by Mamaluba. So, let's see what will happen here as the referees continue to review the situation. 2 minutes and 19 seconds remaining in the second quarter with KBA Luid still trailing. Anthony, how important is it for KBA Luid to finish strong and enter the halftime with at least manage a deficit
Well,
into
right
the second
now,
half?
well, for sure, it will be hard for them to grab the lead unless something miraculous happens. But they should try at least to cut it to single digits. Meanwhile, of course, this lull, let's see who this lull might favor because, this lull is some sort of a momentum breaker.
Upon review, the challenge was successful. There was no foul on Zuma Maluba.
Oh, so no foul on Mamaluba,
The
Ruben.
ball stays with KBA
They
Luid
were
Kapampangan.
challenging that foul, and then upon review, it was determined that there was no foul, so the
Yes.
challenge is successful for Taguig. if you are a coach, Anthony, how do you handle those challenges? Because syempre, hindi naman lahat ng
Well, of course,
calls
you have to
challenge.
also know when to use one. You can't just use these challenges wantonly. Because remember, if you're... Oh, here's a shot there by Rico. Okay, because here, any unsuccessful challenge will mean that you are forfeiting a timeout. So again, you have to be extra careful when putting up a challenge.
Natividad at the right corner. Good sign for KBA Luid on that three-pointer by Suwing. Meanwhile, Natividad misses. But he will head to the line for 2 free throws, Anthony.
Yes, again, Natividad easily one of the most fouled players here in the NBL. Of course, when you look at their stat sheet, Ruben, we have a stat here: fouls committed and fouls received. So we can see how much, who are the favorite players to be fouled.
As we see Natividad on that free throw, Calvin Suwing hit a three-pointer earlier. He already has 9 points in the game,
Yes.
Anthony.
But think about it, what if Suwing did not lapse into early foul trouble?
Khan into the front court. Setting up a play. They go to Antiza. Handoff to Tungkol. Miko Santos fakes the pass. Drives inside. Miko Santos draws a foul against LJ Mayo, I believe.
Good idea for KBA Luid to challenge the defense of Taguig, not try to get them to foul trouble, so they'll be in the same boat.
Miko Santos now at the line. Again, KBA Luid looking to go into the locker room with momentum.
Yes.
They trail by 14 right now as Santos connects on the first.
But then again, speaking of momentum, Ruben, they had a good start. Okay, credit to KBA Luid. They had a good start here in the second quarter, and they were able to limit the scoring pace of Taguig.
But Santos misses the second, only 1 for 2 on that trip. And Dan Natividad asks for a timeout. So they will map out a play here with 1 minute and 20 seconds remaining in the second quarter. Again, we have a timeout. Welcome back as we look at the schedule of games in the NBL Youth, and we will have the final games tomorrow, right? That's
yes.
tomorrow at the JILCF in Bocaue, Bulacan. And look at the schedule. Of course, the final 2 games will be shown on Aliw 23. And then a reminder, the NBL Youth Third Conference will be on October 23. And look at the age brackets. Anthony, what can you say? We have the new age divisions, the 8 under and 10 under.
Yes, actually, I am I'm looking forward to see the 8-year-old and the 10-year-old kids battle each other on the court. That should be a very cute sight.
And again, the finals of the NBLU tomorrow. It will be shown on our NBL Facebook page
Yes.
as well as on YouTube. Kiko Malikdem will be on the call for that match.
The voice
that
of
matches.
the voice of the NBL youth.
All right.
Just as youthful as the players.
1 minute and 20 seconds. And up a timeout. A turnover committed by Taguig. Miko Santos attacks Mayo. Rejected from behind by Mike Samporna.
And I guess that should be the third block on by Larry John Mayo or LJ Mayo.
Let's see the play. I believe the block is on Mike Samporna.
Oh, okay.
But nevertheless, a
Team
good
block, yeah.
defensive play by Taguig, Anthony.
Again, the defense is working wonders. Where their offense may be sour at the moment, but the defense is stepping up. Offense, good defense leading to offense.
Samporna, after that miss by KBA Luid, short pass to Maluba, hesitated a bit, but he goes on the attack now. Hook shot by Zuma Maluba.
That's right. Again, every big man has to, perfect that hook shot. One of the toughest shots to block in basketball. And a left-handed shot at that. Huh?
15-point lead now for Taguig. As we wind down the second quarter, Santos handoff to Can against Gabira now in the game for the Generals. Can, outside pass. Suing will hit another three-pointer. That's a round and out for Calvin Suing. And now the pass. Nice pass by Mayo, but we have a foul before the shot.
The data referee is on their toes, signaling for an sportsmanlike foul.
So Gabiran
yeah.
was called for the offensive
Okay,
foul.
offensive.
That was before the shot. As we have a timeout by Luid. Let's check the play here.
Yes,
Look at Gabiran and Lancer Can on the right side of your screen.
A lot of ouch.
A lot of contact there, Anthony.
Yes, let's see. Of course. Oh, they're like two pinballs.
So a foul is called on that situation. We will hang on to the air as we have an offensive foul called on John Gabiran.
Yeah, I saw one of our referees make the sign for double foul.
In the meantime, we have 23 seconds remaining in this ball game. If you're Taguig, Anthony, you have a 15-point lead. What do you think? Ano dapat ang sabihin nila sa kanilang mga players?
All right, I have to play smart because remember, you are leading by 15. Now, don't do anything crazy to waste this effort because you know that the team worked very hard to get this 15-point lead. I guess it's all about, lead management come the second half.
So it's going to be KBA Luid basketball with 23 seconds remaining in the second quarter. In game 2, KBA Luid ended the second quarter with a layup by Mark Manalang. It looks like there was a warning, I believe, on Gabiran.
Of course, it can't get any more homegrown than this. Of course, Gabiran is from Signal Village, and we are playing in Signal Village.
Manalang now with the ball. The shot clock is off. So could be the last shot of the quarter. Manalang still with the ball.
That's right, Ben. No more shot clock, huh?
9 seconds remaining. Can on top, shoots a three-pointer, and that's in. Huge shot for Lancer Can to end the second quarter.
Oh,
So there was
a quick
confusion.
timeout.
Yeah.
So I guess they will be adding some time on the clock. That says, it says, what's that?
1 second remaining.
Yes.
As we see that three-pointer by Lancer Can. How huge is that, Anthony?
Again, it gives them momentum at the same time. No, that forces Coach Bing Victoria to call a timeout. And I don't know. I think they should be adding a few seconds or so to the game clock because the clock continued to run when Taguig was attempting to call a timeout.
And our referees exactly doing that. I think they're checking if there is, they need to adjust the clock. So again, a timeout has been called. Again, in game 2, Mark Manalang hit a layup in the final seconds of game 2. And now, KBA almost doing the same. But can Taguig respond? We have 5 seconds remaining. They're adjusting the clock. Or sorry, they're still adjusting it.
Let's see how many seconds will they
we'll
tack
check
on
that.
the clock. Oh, looks like they're going to add something like, 3 seconds. So it's going to be 4.33.
So it looks like they will inbound at the backcourt with 4 seconds remaining. Look at the numbers of Lancer Can. 10 points in the first half, 4 of 7 from the field. So they will inbound at the backcourt with 4 seconds. Mayo the inbounder. The pass to Natividad. Still at the backcourt. Turns from half court. Mayo misses to end the second quarter with the Taguig Generals leading by 12, 45 to 33. Short analysis, Anthony, of the second quarter.
Well, again, a good start. Credit to KBA Luid for the good start. They were able to check the scoring pace of the Taguig Generals. And, of course, to the recap, Taguig scored 29 points in that first quarter. But suddenly, the scoring pace went down. Good thing also for KBA Luid, they were able to come back. But then again, Taguig would already answer.
We will discuss more of the first half when we return. We are in our NBL halftime report, and as usual, we have our Executive Vice President, Miss Rose Montreal, to discuss some matters here in the NBL and exciting developments as well. And Ma'am Rose, earlier tonight, nagkaroon tayo ng awarding. We have the Mythical 5 and the MVP. Just discuss yung paano nangyari yon and what can you say about the performance of our awardees this conference?
Unang-una, Ruben, hayaan mo muna akong magpasalamat sa lahat ng ating stakeholders for this conference. You know, if you notice, I mentioned that this is one of the best conference ever. Both opinion namin ni Com, I believe we share the same opinion with our Chairman President Celso Mercado. Ruben, the more na fewer yung teams natin, the more naging quality yung games. Nakita natin yung physicality ng games sa NBL. Kaya allow me muna bago tayo mag-proceed sa ating topic ngayon. Hayaan nyo akong pasalamatan on behalf of Chairman Celso Mercado, on behalf of Commissioner Edward Aquino. Maraming salamat sa Governor ng Bulacan, of DF Stars Bulacan. Maraming salamat, Governor, Team Owner Eri Salonga and Ma'am Apple Salonga of Luid, Kapampangan. Maraming salamat, Mayor Lani Cayetano for Taguig Generals. Maraming salamat, Governor Luigi Villafuerte ng Kamsur Express. Maraming salamat, Vice Mayor Jel Alonte ng Binyan. Maraming salamat po, Honorable Mayor Arlene Arcillas ng City of Santa Rosa. Ruben, kanina in-award natin ang top 5 performers ng ating conference, starting with the babyface Raymart Amil of Tatak Binyan, sa ating Forest Hunter Mike Sampurna, sa ating NBL Junior Defense Minister LJ Mayo, sa ating Bicol Venom na si Vermon Magpantay. At of course, as the Tournament Director of NBL Youth, sobra kong proud, Ruben, talaga kanina I was really teary-eyed dahil nakapag-produce na naman ang NBL Youth ng bagong talent. In fact, yung ating hashtag na the future of basketball is here in NBL Youth. Of course, the Bomberman, Lancer Can. Congratulations, Lancer, you know, as the Tournament Director of NBL Youth, sobra kong masaya, sobra kong proud sa'yo. At isa-segue ko na, Ruben, dahil nagmamadali tayo. Isa-segue ko na, hindi na kita papahirapan. Ang NBL Youth po, third conference ay magbabalik sa last Saturday na October. In fact, we're now accepting reservation, Ruben. We will try to limit also the number of teams to, you know, to come up with quality games, quality team, and quality players. Magbubukas na naman po ulit ang ating NBL Youth. At in relation to that, bukas magaganap ang finals game ng 12 under, 14 under, 16 under, 19 under, at ng 21 under. 21 under is between the Junior Power Hoopers versus the QC Simos. Ang ating 19 under is between JILCF Red Arc and TGC Aces of Cavite. Ang ating 16 under is between JILCF Red Arc versus, hindi ko makita.
Easy Bruins.
It's between JILCF Red Arc at Easy Bruins. Ang ating 14 under is between Junior KBA Luid Kapampangan and Junior Muntinlupa. And last but not the least, ang ating 12 under is between Junior KBA Luid versus Hot Shots. Ang addition information natin, Ruben, sa coming third conference ng last Saturday of October, magkakaroon na tayo ng 8 under, 10 under, at yung 8 under, 10 under, 12 under, 14 under is going to be a mix of boys and girls already.
Oh, nice. So,
Pwede ko bang bigay yung reason kung bakit
sige,
mix of, because
ahead.
kung sa NBL Youth dito nagsisimula ang stars of tomorrow in terms of basketball. Sa women's basketball, Ruben, you know, I'm really getting challenged ngayon na, alam mo yun, nagkakaroon na tayo ng girl participation sa mga teams natin sa youth. Magbubukas po ulit ang ating WNBL. Hindi kami papayag ni Com na hindi tayo mag-o-open ng WNBL anytime within the year.
Alright, nasabi niyo na lahat, ma'am. Thank you very much for giving us
Pwedeng last
updates.
year.
Go ahead, ma'am.
Year.
Siyempre.
Ngayon po, nagse-celebrate ng 70th birthday ang ating NBL Senior Advisor, Ma'am Marilyn De La Cruz. Happy birthday mula sa iyong NBL family. Thank you very much.
Alright, happy birthday po from your NBL family. That was Ms. Rose Montreal, our Executive Vice President. We will discuss the first half when we come back.
Yeah, handa na makipagsabayan. Kahit anong nakaharang handang tapakan. Bawat pawis na papatak, kada apak at yabag. May kahalong pangarap, gustong maiangat. Larong aking pinag-usayan. Walang pake kahit na malatayan. Kahit anong sabihin nila, wala akong pakialam sa lahat ng bagay. Alam nyo na ba, hindi nyo ako maikukumpara. Bawat laro sa aking kada pasa. Sa alab na puso, laging aasa. Handang sugurin ang lahat, tigante man ang katapat. Panis yan sa'kin sapagkat panalo ay aking hangad.
Mabigyan ng buhay, pangarap at hangarin na maging mahusay. Sa daang matira matibay, ang kailangan ko lang ay magsanay. Hindi na pwede na ako ay panghinaan, lahat ng harang ay aking sasagasaan. Walang mahirap kung hindi paglalaanan, tapas at tapang sa bawat laban.
NBL, ito ang liga ng bayan, homegrown, handang makipagsabayan. NBL, ito ang liga ng bayan, nag-aalab ng pusong handang makipagsabayan.
In Game 3 of the NBL President's Cup Finals, the Generals with a 12-point lead over KBA Luid Kapampangan. Ruben Terrado alongside Anthony Cervino on the call live. As we look at the numbers, Anthony, the Generals building a 12-point lead. What was the difference in the first half?
Actually, it's not on the screen right now. It's the shooting clip. That's 27% for Kapampangan versus 53% for Taguig. In fact, you can even say Taguig was scorching hot in the first quarter, shooting 65%. Look at the teamwork of the Generals in the assist, and then the points in the paint of Taguig asserting their dominance inside. And again, Ruben, this is the one you raised earlier, the fast break points, plus
Right.
10 for Taguig.
We go to the leading scorers. Lancer Khan with 10, Calvin Suing with 9, or 6 I should say, and then on the other side, balanced scoring attack, Anthony with Mark Ordonez leading the way with 9.
You know what's impressive about this leading scores for Taguig, Ruben? All of them, except Jonathan Lontok, came off the bench. So if you look at the bench points, look at this, 29-23 in favor of Taguig.
Third quarter about to begin. As we begin the second half, Anthony, if you're KBA Luid, what do you think yung message mo at the halftime huddle?
Of course, Coach Red Cabrera should continue to preach positivity. It is all not lost yet. They can still win this game. It's still a very manageable lead.
As we have Michael Wico draining that shot. Good start for KBA Luid, lead down to 10.
That's right. Again, just like in the second quarter, Ruben, a good start. I can say they should just forget that first quarter when they allowed the Taguig to run away with 29 points.
The question now is, can KBA Luid sustain this good start of the third quarter? As we see Sampurna with a drive and no basket, I believe. Let's see. Referees will discuss.
If it will be a shot clock violation. Well, I've been saying this all throughout the conference. The one big plus for Luid Kapampangan is their youth. They're easily the youngest team in the NBL right now, and they should take advantage of their youth, especially in the long run. They have more stamina, better endurance.
So again, a defensive play there for Luid after that basket to start the third. We have Khan against Sampurna. Tungkol to Manala, or right, that's Manalang, and that will be 3 free throws for Mark Manalang.
Yes. Of course, a quick huddle there, coach, called by Coach Ren Cabrera. So now all eyes now on Mark Jasper Manalang. Again, Manalang has really tried to make up for the sudden dip in the offense of Lancer Khan in this semifinals and finals.
A look at the fans here at the June Dueñas Gymnasium as Manalang hits the first free throw. A bit silent here in the first half, only 4. In game 2, again, Mark Manalang exploded for 25 points, but he had to earn every point, 8 of 28 from the field and only hit 2 3-pointers.
If I'm not mistaken, Mark Manalang is the only player not named Lancer Khan on KBA Luid who has one best player.
Right. I believe so too, Anthony.
Yes, because it has always been Lancer Khan.
They go now to Mayo at the post. Mayo, what a move there by Mayo.
Of Of course, on the other hand, now speaking of the Taguig Generals, so many wins and just as many different best players.
Wico on top, guarded by Mayo. Khan working against Sampurna. The drive inside by Lancer Khan. That drops out, but they get the ball back. Three-pointer on the way by Wico, no good. Tungkol gets the offensive board. Manalang tries, and a three-pointer made there by Mark Manalang.
You know, I really like the hustle being shown, experimented there by Luid Kapampangan in that last sequence. So it happened right in front of us.
Don't look now, the lead is down to 6.
Yes.
Mayo almost losing the leather. He recovers, and a double dribble there by LJ Mayo. Good defense by Lancer Khan.
Uh-oh. You can say, Ruben, so far this game is now a game of 2 different halves.
But you can see the importance of getting that offensive rebound, and KBA Luid getting another look at the basket, and they are rewarded with that three-pointer by Mark Manalang. The pass inside, Wico. Double teamed outside to Lancer Khan. Shot clock at 6. Khan off to the left. Rebound by Mayo. Mayo into the front court against Tungkol. He escapes the defense. Mayo inside, and he scores.
That's right, all. Mayo just taking the law into his own hands.
4 points now for Mayo in this quarter. Back to an 8-point lead for the Generals as the fans chant defense. Nice backdoor play, but Khan lost the leather.
Yes, very clear. Now it bounced off his knee.
And Khan is saying that that was last touch by Taguig as we first look at LJ Mayo. Look at that drive inside by LJ Mayo here in the third. And again, LJ Mayo winning the mythical 5. Along with Verman Magpantay, Mike Sampurna, Lancer Khan, and Raymart Amil.
And you know what I like, Ruben, about that awarding ceremony earlier? Raymart Amil and Verman Magpantay came all the way here to receive their awards in person.
Well-deserved distinction for Verman Magpantay in only his first conference here in the NBL. Another shot from the outside for Manalang. This time, it doesn't go. Sampurna the drive. Sampurna over 2 defenders. Mike Sampurna hits his first 2 of the third quarter.
By the way, just to remind everybody, if ever this series will end today, we will also be awarding the MVP of the finals.
And Mike Sampurna won the finals MVP last conference when the Generals won against the La Union Power.
That's right. I guess you called that game, right?
Right.
All the way up there in the San Juan La Union.
Meanwhile, offensive foul is called on Tungkol.
You know what, Ben, I'll share with you some trivia. In my career here, if you could call it a career in the NBL, I have never covered a game wherein they crowned the champion.
All right. Meanwhile, Sampurna inside. Sampurna scores, and the foul. And Mike Sampurna extend the lead to 12, and a chance at a 3-point play, Anthony.
That's right. Again, Mike Sampurna, I guess he's really motivated to prove, that he really should have been the MVP.
And Mike Sampurna will head to the line, Anthony. And again, the tide has turned. Earlier, it was a good start for KBA Luid, but now the momentum has shifted to the Taguig side. What happened, Anthony?
It was down to 6, and then suddenly, the veterans of Taguig started clicking. Led, of course, by this man, Mike Jefferson Sampurna.
It was already down to 6.
Yes.
But again, the momentum is back with the Generals. Meanwhile, Manalang with the bounce pass. We have a foul before that basket by Calvin Suing. And that foul will go against Dan Natividad.
By the way, a credit here to Suing. He's done a good job staying away from his next foul.
Again, Suing nursing 2 fouls, I believe.
Yes.
If I'm not mistaken, yes, 2 fouls. So now, the inbound by KBA Luid. Khan looks for Isidro. He takes the pass, Isidro the drive. Isidro over Castro. No good, but looks like a goaltend.
Yes. Very clear. A portion of the hand got in contact with the courts.
But you can see Mayo going for the ball once again. As we have Natividad directing traffic for Taguig. They go again to Lontok at the post. Again, Suwing. Kick out to Natividad. Straight away three. It's short. Offensive rebound by Mayo. And Mayo puts it in. LJ Mayo with 6 in this third quarter.
That's right. Again, silent but effective.
Mayo, I believe, has 9 in the game.
Well, he is a double-double machine.
Wico. Hand off to Manalang. Manalang sees an opening. Double team. Bounce pass to Suwing. Kick out. Manalang against Natividad. Shot lock at 4. Manalang scores.
I like the effort here being shown here by Luid Kapampangan. Though they do not know the meaning of giving up. They continue to fight.
Manalang now with 8 points in this quarter, including a 3-pointer. Natividad, too strong on the shot. Loose ball. Who gets it? It's going to be Taguig basketball.
You know, even I have a feeling this game will go down to a question of conditioning. You know, which team will have more stamina and strength come the fourth quarter.
As we see this shot by Manalang from the foul line. Meanwhile, nice play inside. And they will count the basket as Noel Santos finishes.
That's right. No, very weak defense on the lead and shot by Noel Santos. Here it is again. Look, they just were able to fool the defense.
Nakaka-play, ika nga, Anthony.
That's right.
As we have, yeah, go ahead, Anthony.
That's right. No, we do that a lot in the playgrounds.
Yeah, as we have Noel Santos looking to complete a 3-point play.
But then again, the more important completion for Noel, he and Mayo, they completed their college degrees earlier
Right.
this year. No, actually, a few weeks ago, they graduated from the Taguig City University. So congratulations to the two of you. That's a
Of
very
course, they want to win a title aside from graduating. As we see, a steal by Dan Natividad against Manalang. Nice defense there by Mark Manalang. Here comes Luid. The pass. And Villarete lost the ball. Here comes Taguig. Sampurna on the break. Sampurna is hacked. And we have a foul. Sampurna will shoot 2 free throws.
So again, Sampurna has been the object of affection of the defense of Taguig. Again, I love looking at our stat sheet. There's a column for fouls committed and then fouls received.
And there was a slap there by
Yeah.
Mark Manalang. A clear foul. Good call by our game officials.
It's like even if we're wearing headsets here at the opposite end of the court, we can still hear the flesh against flesh.
As Sampurna misses. A lot of misses from the foul line for Taguig. And in the first quarter alone, they missed 6 out of 12. That was in the first quarter.
Well, of course, they are leading, Ruben. They are leading handsomely at the moment. But, these misses might come back to haunt them in the fourth quarter.
Could have been a bigger lead if they made
Yes.
at least half of their free throws. 13-point lead for Taguig. Isidro against Lontok now. The drive over 2 defenders. Kick out to Can from the outside. No good. Rebound by Natividad. Natividad almost losing the leather, but right there was Lontok. Sampurna at the right corner, guarded by Can. The screen by Lontok. Spin move by Sampurna. He lost the ball. That will remain with the Generals. But they are saying that was off Sampurna.
Well, again, the referees will confer. Of course, it is a correctable error.
And they changed the call.
Yes.
From our vantage point, it looked like a good call, Anthony. It looked
Yes.
like it was off the foot of
Well, here's a
Sampurna.
better angle for us, Ruben. Let's see. Oh,
Off the
okay.
knee, I believe. Close call from that angle. Meanwhile, Isidro from downtown, that's way off. And they have been missing from the outside, Anthony. Talking about KBA Luid.
Well, if we look at the shooting clip of Luid Kapampangan from long distance in the first half, look at this, 2 out of 17. You compare that to 3 out of 9 for Taguig.
Speaking of threes, a miss by Fidel Castro. KBA actually has 3 3-pointers overall in the game. And they hit a 3-pointer care of Mark Manalang.
Yeah, but the thing is, you know, look at the number of attempts. So 17 attempts. You can say with attempts like that, Luid Kapampangan is living and dying by the three-point shot.
Good point there, Anthony. Mark Manalang in game 2 shot 2 of 14 from the outside as So hits a running shot.
That's right. Again, a nice shot there by Brian So. Again, Brian So trying to at least contain Jonathan Lontok in their matchup. Or still,
Nice steal there by Can, and that was a foul by Noel Santos.
of course, everybody holding their breath. It could have been an unsportsmanlike foul. Let's see.
As we watch Brian So's floater from the foul line. And then afterwards,
That could make
go
a
ahead, Anthony.
good picture on a trading card.
Right.
Maybe in the future we can have NBL trading cards.
Coco Tansyoko now returns for the Taguig Generals as we have Can at the line, shooting 2 free throws. He hits the first.
You know, that would be a nice idea in the future. Let's have merchandise like NBA trading cards. What else? Posters. You can even order signed photos of your favorite NBL players. And of course, replica jerseys. But that will come, of course. Very soon.
Split from the line for Lancer Can. 10-point lead for the Generals. Natividad on top. Paso Santos. Double team. Kick out. Oliveria. Long 2. Too strong. Who gets that rebound? It's Villarente. KBA Luid trailing by 10. Isidro. And a traveling on Jericho Isidro. Nice defense there by Dan Natividad. It happened in front of the Taguig bench.
That's right. Again, they missed a golden chance to make it single digits again. But then again, Ruben, look, 4 minutes left in the third. As you see their coach, Ren Cabrera. Again, still a lot of time for Luid Kapampangan to make this game interesting.
Fast-paced action in the third, Anthony. Comparing that to the first and second quarters.
Well, I guess because in comparison, during the first half, they were feeling each other out. So a lot of fouls were given up.
Again, this is game number 3 of the NBL President's Cup Finals as we have a foul. Foul on Villarente. KBA Luid already with 5 team fouls.
Yes, they are in the penalty. So expect this to be a very long 4 minutes.
Natividad. Ordonez, the leading scorer in the first half with 9. Now in the game, again, offensive foul called on Noel Santos.
Wow.
So we've been saying that the pace was fast in this third quarter, but now we are seeing a lot of fouls here in the final 4 minutes of the third.
Well, I guess I think Luid Kapampangan decided, hey, let's slow it down because, you know, the fast pace of the first quarter backfired and the score then was 29-16. So I guess a good adjustment here by the KBA Luid coaching staff.
KBA with a miss after that shot by Lancer Can. Ordonez, top shot. That bounces out. Rebound by Miko Santos.
Again, here another chance to make it single figures for KBA.
Can against Mayo. Across to Isidro. Against Tansyoko. He fires a 3 from the corner. Too strong. And again, another miss. And Taguig grabbing that rebound.
You know what? It looks like Natividad is on course for a triple-double. If he continues to play like this.
Ordonez from the elbow. Misses. Rebound grab by So. 3 minutes to play in the third quarter. KBA Luid still down by 10. Can attacks. And the referees will confer.
Okay, one whistle the foul, another whistle the travel.
So looks like the travel will stand.
But you know what, Ruben, in cases like this, as we look at the replay there, let's see what happened. You know, in cases like this, wherein the fouls are called simultaneously, it's a travel,
Yeah,
yes.
good call.
In case the foul is called simultaneously, you know, the graver penalty will be the one in effect. Meanwhile, look at that, Coach Cabrera has just entered the court.
And Coach Renier Cabrera is now on the court. Frustrated at that traveling violation. And Coach Cabrera wants a foul. And one of the coaching staff of
Yes, that's,
KBA Luid furious.
that's Assistant Coach Gonzalez, who's being restrained as well.
Again, Daniel Cabrera wants a foul. And let's see what happened here.
Okay, here's the sequence. Well, obviously it's a travel, but then again, the travel could have been a result of a foul.
Right. I think that's the argument of Coach Daniel Cabrera.
Yes. You know, it seems that the foul came before the travel, so the foul was the trigger point of the travel.
It's like a bang-bang play in baseball, right, Anthony?
Uh-huh.
When,
Oh, yes.
there's a close call at first base. So it looks like it happened at the same time. That was actually
Yes,
what's the point of Coach Daniel Cabrera. You can't blame him as well.
Yeah, but usually when two different calls are made at the same time, it's the graver penalty that will prevail. So in this case, if there's a foul, it will be the foul that will prevail. But again, the referees are conferring with our table officials to make sure that they give the right call.
So we will hear the verdict later. We expect a technical foul from Coach Daniel Cabrera for arguing that, for
And more
going
than-
outside the...
more than arguing, Ruben. I mean, aside from that, the mere fact that he entered the
Right.
court is enough for a technical foul.
So we are still waiting for the official call. And
And
Coach
again-
Daniel Cabrera still arguing.
Again, Ruben, lulls like this, no, it can really affect the momentum of teams. And now it looks like
We don't want this to happen.
yes, it looks like the crowd is getting into the case of the Pampanga coaches. Of course, again, no, go to the venue, cheer your heart out, but it does not give you the right to engage, the visiting team in
Yeah,
in a
we
debate.
saw a fan throwing an object. A slipper to be exact. So
What?
now,
Okay, so somebody will be going home with only
Right.
one slipper.
so a fan is being ejected here. I think
Yeah,
one of
all
our
they
officials.
have to look for is the person who has the matching slipper.
So as expected, Coach Daniel Cabrera has been slapped with a technical foul.
And I guess somebody has to leave for. Anyway, in another sport, ice hockey, if a player scores a hat trick or 3 goals, the fans throw their hats to the ice.
Right.
But here, hey, come on, I tell you, do not throw your slippers on the court.
A fan is being escorted by our security officers.
That's right. May that serve as a lesson on how to conduct yourselves when you are watching live at the venue. Yes.
So now Oliveria will shoot the technical. As we go back to the game, again, the Generals with a 10-point lead.
Again, we will see. We will see who will be affected more by this lull. Because again, lulls like this break momentum.
Right, and could be a turning point as well for KBA Luid. This could serve as, an inspiration or motivation
Well,
on
by
their
the
part.
way, aside from the fan, it looks like Assistant Coach Gonzalez of KBA Luid is also being escorted back to the dugout. So it looks like Coach Cabrera will stay, but his assistant Coach Gonzalez will have to watch from the dugout.
Oliveria will take that technical free throw. But he misses. So looks like he will shoot another one. I believe the assistant coach was also called for the technical
Yes,
foul, I
that's
believe.
why Assistant Coach Gonzalez is not on the court anymore.
So again, some discussion on the floor between our game officials. Looks like 2 free throws. 2 more free throws, right? Looks like 2 technicals. perhaps?
Yes, I
For
guess
coach?
2 technicals that merited the ejection.
Right.
Or sometimes, Ruben, no, the technical may be so grave that it will merit an automatic ejection.
So Oliveria sinks those free throws. Lead back to 12 for the Taguig Generals, who are again eyeing for a sweep of their best-of-5 final series.
And if ever, it will be the first ever 3-0 sweep of a
Right.
best-of-5 in the NBL.
Ordonez. They go to Oliveria. Tanshoko fires from the outside, way off. And the rebound by Jericho Isidro. Isidro still with the ball. Can now. Passes so against Oliveria. Looks for Villarente. The pass inside. Intercepted by Mayo. Ordonez on the run. To the right side. Oliveria from the corner. Rebound controlled by Villarente. Approaching the 2-minute mark of the third quarter. Taguig with a 12-point lead. Villarente handoff. Isidro to So. So looks for Can. Decides to pass to Miko Santos on the left side. Attacks the defense of Mayo. Miko Santos scores.
That's right again. So far, but then again, look at that. It's down to 10 again, so box of resistance. No, the light is still open for Pampanga.
And Natividad with a shot, and then Villarente took offense. So that happened after the shot by Dan Natividad. Let's see what happened.
Yes, we need
It
to
wasn't
see this.
clear what happened afterwards.
So there's the foul, an ordinary foul, but yeah, again. All right. Second and third motions.
Right. This is a clearer angle.
Oh,
And a
wow,
snap
what
by
hack.
Villarente.
What a hack.
And then, there was a retaliation on the part of Dan Natividad.
And then a counter retaliation.
Right. So, and Villarente took exception to that hit. That's above the shoulder.
Yes, actually, any contact above the shoulder should merit a technical foul.
Could be an ejection as well. So, this could be a crucial call for Taguig. That arm of Natividad clearly hitting the side of the head of Villarente.
Wow, that makes it worse at the side
Right.
of the head.
This will be an interesting call.
Again, we are still not done with the third quarter. We got a minute and 52 left. And again, Ruben, a lot has happened in this game.
In just the final 4 minutes of the third, Anthony, we were already telling that the pace of the game was fast in the early part of the third quarter, and then all of a sudden, a lot had happened ever since that.
If you remember, I told you, when the teams hit the penalty by the 4-minute mark, and it's going to be a very long 4 minutes.
Again, our game officials still taking a look at the incident.
That's right.
Coach.
Thank goodness we have a video.
Coach Reniel Cabrera still speaking to our referees. And we will hear the verdict. This will be an interesting call.
That's right. What will be the decision?
Again, our referees having a busy day. Talking about Rolando Francisco, Junel Buse, and Jomar Espilla. We will listen to the announcement of Mr. Richard Tampos.
Number 30, Jong Villarente, that's his third. It's a flagrant foul, penalty 2 on number 43, Dan Natividad.
Wow.
Dan Natividad is out of the playing court.
Uh-oh.
That's a big
Technical
call.
foul on Jong Villarente for unnecessary contact during the dead ball situation. Fourth foul of Jong Villarente.
So I guess Taguig got the raw end of that deal. They lost one of their most important players in Dan Anthony Natividad. So look at this, Ruben. That was an ordinary foul, the swipe.
Right.
But the thing that earned the ejection of Natividad was his grab at the throat.
The swinging motion by
Yes.
by Dan Natividad.
Oh.
Look at that. Very clear from that angle. So this is a huge call as Dan
Yes.
Natividad has been sent off.
So now we have two ejections. First is assistant coach Gonzalez of Kapampangan, and now Dan Natividad. And I guess this should be a big development because they will be forced to play the fourth quarter without, you can say, their second leading scorer.
Correct. And Dan Natividad had an excellent second game in this final series. He had 20 points and 8
Yes.
assists.
Yes, those are his numbers. Those are his typical Dan Anthony Natividad numbers.
Coach Bing Victoria wants a clarification.
Well, I guess he will not be clarified as the call will stand.
Right, and so this could be a big development for
Yes.
both teams.
It
Could
looks
be a turning point.
It looks like it will be Edsel Galoy who will try to fill the void created by the ejection of Natividad.
LJ Mayo will shoot the free throws.
All right,
That
this
is
is for
short.
the technical on Villarete.
Still some discussion on the floor
Well, I guess,
as we have Galoy now shooting 2 free throws. I believe this is the free throw, that foul on Villarete, I
Yes.
believe.
So we will take this in lieu of Dan Anthony Natividad.
So Galoy hits the first free throw. Again, another ejection here in the series. In game 2, it was Michael Wico who was sent off.
Okay, now we will hopefully we'll try to get a clarification from Commissioner Edward Aquino if there is a possibility that Natividad will be suspended. If ever, we will have a game 4.
And now this is Villarente hitting it from the fans of Taguig. Shooting 2 free throws. And that's a miss for Jong Villarente.
Of course, this is for the
Flagrant
foul,
foul,
yes,
yeah.
that led to the ejection of Natividad.
And this will also mean possession on the part of KBA Luid as Villarente 0 for 2 on that trip to the foul line.
So again, if this is a chance to make it a 10-point gap, as Villarente now will sit down, Toquero will take his place.
So after all of that, we are back to the ball game. KBA Luid now with the possession after that flagrant foul 2 against Dan Natividad. So, with the ball, they go inside to Miko Santos against LJ Mayo. Outside now to Brian So, the drive and a shot clock violation called by our referees and our table officials.
That's right, very clear. I think So should have just put up a jumper instead of driving to the basket.
So no dice for KBA on that possession. Even on the foul line, KBA missed those shots. So Luid unable to take advantage.
Earlier we saw Edsel Galoy just doing jumping jacks just to get the attention of Mark Ordonez, but we have a foul on So.
So now 2 free throws on the way for Edsel Galoy, who is now in the game after the ejection of Dan Natividad.
So now he will earn his points the hard way by the free throw line. But then again, so far at the half, Taguig is shooting. It says here 8 out of 18, 44% from the field. I mean from the free throw stripe. Compare that to 56% for Luid Kapampangan, 5 out of 9. But again, the number that is not the percentage, but the fact that Taguig has been awarded 9 more free throws compared to Luid Kapampangan.
KBA with the ball, down 14. Suing now on top. Manalang against Ordonez. No look pass to Suing. Outside. Lancer Khan from the outside. That's short. Loose ball picked up by Ordonez. The forward pass. Edsel Galoy all alone for this layup. Nice pass there. And the finish for Edsel Galoy. 16-point lead for the Generals.
All of a sudden, it's up to 16. It was they were threatening to make it single digits.
And that was crucial after Luid made no baskets during that after that foul, that flagrant foul on Dan Natividad. Suing it's the shot.
Well, actually, it started with force with the 2 free throw misses, and then they were not able to convert it in ensuing possession. Talking about KBA.
Ordonez with the ball. 30 seconds remaining. Almost a steal by Lancer Can. Ordonez wide open for this three. Off the mark. Loose ball picked up by Galoy. Bounce pass inside. Oliveria misses. Suing. Looks like it was last touch by Suing. Unable to get the hand of the ball. 18 seconds remaining. A 4-second differential between the clocks. Tansyoko to Oliveria. Handoff to Tansyoko. They go to Ordonez. Crossover move. Ordonez still with the ball. Shot lock at 2. Oliveria. Jumper. Too strong. Rebound by Galoy. Galoy that's blocked by Lancer Can and traveling on Edsel Galoy with 1.58 seconds.
So last shot time here for KBA Luid. No, maybe a conversion will give them a lot of positive momentum no, entering the fourth quarter. Let's see.
Can from way out, and that's no good. So at the end of the third quarter, we have the Taguig Generals still in control. Will we see a coronation at the end of this game? We will know later after this break.
Yeah, handa nang makipagsabayan. Kahit anong nakaharang handang tapakan. Bawat pawis na papatak, kada apak at yabag. May kahalong pangarap, gustong maiangat. Larong aking pinag-usayan.
A look at LJ Mayo, and what a conference for LJ Mayo. First, he graduated at the Taguig City University.
Yes.
And then earlier tonight, LJ Mayo won the Mythical 5, his second of his career here in the NBL. As you watch some of the highlights of the awarding ceremonies with LJ Mayo being awarded with that Mythical 5. And in game number 3, look at his numbers, Anthony. LJ Mayo, so far 9 points, 10 rebounds, and 2 blocks. LJ Mayo obviously very determined to close this series out, Anthony.
Remember, we've watched so many tournaments before. Look at that. Look at the, like what I said, Ruben, you mentioned the achievements so far of LJ Mayo this year. Again, we've seen so many tournaments, and we notice that sometimes when a player receives an award before the game, a championship game, suddenly his game dips. But that's not the case. That is not the case for Mayo.
And again, LJ Mayo eyeing for a third NBL title. In Season 2, he also won the Mythical 5 on his way to the championship. And now we are in the fourth quarter with Taguig with the possession and up by 14 points. Ruben Terrado alongside Anthony Cervino live at the June Dueñas Gym. As we see, Mark Ordonez putting on the moves and finishes with a layup.
That's right. Mark Edison Ordonez, aside from playing here in the NBL, he is also an assistant coach at his alma mater, PCU.
What a night for Mark Ordonez, starting this game 3 with 9 points. And then
In
he
6
connects,
minutes,
right,
in
in
6
6 minutes as Manalang scores, but no basket, according to our referee. That was before the basket. As we see first, this top shot by Mark Ordonez to start off the fourth. 16-point lead for the Taguig Generals. Nico Santos against Mayo. He drives and travel as we see the quarter scoring, Anthony.
Yes.
And look at the Generals setting the tone with a 29-16 lead at the end of the first.
Well, actually, they've won all the quarters. Now, after a breakaway in the first, they have actually done very well, matching the Kapampangan side point for point.
And again, a good start by Taguig to start the third game of this final series. As we have Ordonez expected to get a lot of minutes after the ejection of Dan Natividad. Meanwhile, we have a shot clock violation for the Generals. 16-point lead for the Generals. Can KBA Luid respond?
Well, it's still reachable.
Right.
It's still reachable.
But again, this has been the trend of this final series so far, with the Generals padding a double-digit lead. And then every time KBA Luid comes back, Taguig with a response. Manalang from the outside. Off the back rim, rebound by Mayo or Can inside to Suing, he misses. And the ball will remain with KBA.
You know,
Anthony.
one thing I noticed, Mike Sampurna did not play that much in the third quarter.
But still, the Generals still ahead. Santos inside. A whistle on the play. Ball will remain with KBA Luid after a foul on LJ Mayo. 3 fouls on LJ Mayo now. As we have Suing with the ball outside to Manalang. Fires a three-pointer. Still short. So again, the struggles from the outside continue for KBA Luid Kapampangan. Sampurna with the ball. Against Tungkol. From the corner, Ordonez scores. Ordonez now with 4 in this fourth quarter. 18-point lead for the Generals.
And again, what a way not to mark your rookie campaign here in the NBL. Of course, Ordonez. Actually, no, Ordonez still has some playing years left, but I guess he decided na he has proven it all, so he has now taken his game to the next level.
Manalang against Ordonez. Suing is there for the screen. Pass to Miko Santos. The one-hander is in for Miko Santos.
That is a tough shot to make, the one-hander, because you are not guiding the ball with your offhand.
And that's from the left corner.
Oh yes, it makes it even tougher.
Tough angle. You can't use the board. You have to be precise on that shot. Sampurna at the left corner. Guarded by Tungkol. Outside to Ordonez. Another basket for Mark Ordonez. That's a three-pointer.
Oh boy, Mr. Points a minute. Mark Edison Ordonez.
19-point lead. Manalang off the back rim. Rebound by Mayo. Outlet pass to Sampurna. And now Ordonez once again.
I know, Ben, it's like they've been doing this so many times at practice.
And now a timeout has been called by KBA Luid. Watch Mark Ordonez taking over in this fourth quarter with those baskets. Three-pointer from the keyhole for Mark Ordonez. Then afterwards, fast break finish. Mark Ordonez from that pass to Mike Sampurna. The lead now is at 21. We have a timeout. Look at the crowd here at the June Dueñas Gymnasium, and they are ready to celebrate with those balloons. And
Well,
why not? They have a 21-point lead, Anthony.
I don't know, but again, a lot of stranger things have happened in the wild and crazy world of Philippine basketball.
Meanwhile, let's watch Mark Ordonez as he takes over in the fourth, and it could have come at a good time as
Yes.
after that ejection by Dan Natividad, Mark Ordonez takes over for Taguig in this fourth quarter, Anthony.
You can say probably Ordonez will make a last second case for MVP of the finals.
Possibly, as we see the numbers of Mark Ordonez, 14 points, and he has scored the last 7 points for the Generals.
Yes.
And, you know, Mark Ordonez, in game 1,
Uh-huh.
Ordonez had 5 points, 2 of 8 from the field. In game number 2, he had 6. And what a turnaround for Mark Ordonez here in game 3. Just taking over and stepping up in the absence of Dan Natividad.
You can say that the points right now for Ordonez are what you call quality points or
Right.
impact points. Now, unlike, of course, you go back to the 5 points that you mentioned in game 1, those were mostly silent points when the game was already, well decided.
And you've been making the point that Ordonez only played 7 minutes when he
Oh,
scored
yes.
9 points in the first quarter. So, what a big boost for the Generals early on
Yeah, think
in this
about
game.
this. If Coach Victoria played him the whole 48 minutes, he could score something like 50-55 points.
Again, the fans at the June Dueñas Gym, and they can feel it right now. You know, Taguig won the championship at home in Season 2. But first, we have a timeout. We will take a break, right? And we will come back in a moment.
Yes.
Yeah, handa na makipagsabayan. Kahit anong nakaharang handang tapakan. Bawat pawis na papatak, kada apak at yabag. May kahalong pangarap, gustong maiangat. Larong aking pinag-usayan. Walang pake kahit na malatayan. Kahit anong sabihin nila, wala akong pakialam sa lahat ng bagay. Alam nyo na ba, hindi nyo ako maikukumpara. Bawat laro sa aking kada pasa. Sa alab na puso, laging aasa. Handang sugurin ang lahat, higante man ang katapat. Panis yan sa'kin sapagkat panalo ay aking hangad.
Mabigyan ng buhay, pangarap at hangarin na maging mahusay. Sa daang matira matibay, ang kailangan ko lang ay magsanay. Hindi na pwede na ako ay panghinaan, lahat ng harang ay aking sasagasaan. Walang mahirap kung hindi paglalaanan, lakas at tapang sa bawat laban.
NBL, ito ang liga ng bayan, homegrown, handang makipagsabayan. NBL, ito ang liga ng bayan, nag-aalap ng pusong handang makipagsabayan.
Pasok palagi ang bola, hindi naliligaw. Batang may galawan, kaya halimaw bumitaw. Bawat pagtira may kumpiyansa sa sarili, di mapigil ng marami, malupit na dumiskarte. Handang pakita sa mundo ang pagkakaiba. Pag may pangarap, handang makipagsabayan sa bawat larong walang humpay, kamay na gustong sumabay. Bawat sakit na may aray, kahit mapagod maglaway. Gagawin ko ang lahat kahit ang kaya, di sapat kahit ang pawis bumakatuloy pa din sa pag-angat. Hindi ako mapipigilan lumipad. Ibibigay ko ang lahat sagad-sagad.
Mabigyan ng buhay, pangarap at hangarin na maging mahusay. Sa daang matira matibay, ang kailangan ko lang ay magsanay. Hindi na pwede na ako ay panghinaan, lahat ng harang ay aking sasagasaan. Walang mahirap kung hindi paglalaanan, lakas at tapang sa bawat laban.
NBL, ito ang liga ng bayan, homegrown, handang makipagsabayan. NBL, ito ang liga ng bayan, nag-aalap ng pusong handang makipagsabayan.
Ang hirap handa kong daanan, hindi susukuan, dapat paghusayan, tuloy-tuloy lang.
Welcome back on Aliw Channel 23. Kompleto na ang channel mo. I'm Ruben Terrado alongside Anthony Cerviño for game number 3 of the NBL President's Cup. A look at the fans at the June Dueñas Gymnasium. And their fans are quite happy with how their team is performing right now. A 21-point lead with 8 minutes and 50 seconds remaining in the fourth. Manalang from the outside, way off, rebound by Galoy, up ahead to Ordonez. Ordonez loses the ball, and the ball now with Can. Can, short pass to Tungkol. Tungkol with the reverse.
Hopefully that will be a start of some good things for KBA Luid Kapampangan. And again, 8 minutes is a long time, Ruben. Lots of basketball still in the balance.
We've seen some strange things happen in basketball, Anthony.
That's right.
Throughout the years. So this is still a long time to play. Galoy. And now Ordonez fakes the three, draws closer, takes the shot off the back rim. We have a foul and could be a possible flagrant foul. A landing spot.
Oh, yes. And remember, Ruben, in situations like that, it does not matter if there is contact or not. On the mere fact that the defender encroached on the space of the offensive player is enough to call a landing spot foul.
And a look at the
Ouch.
Can, like you were mentioning, encroach into the, usually they call it the cylinder of the player.
Yes. His personal space.
Yeah, and I think Ordonez twisted his ankle in the process.
Yes. Yeah,
But
that's why, you know, most of the time, like what I said, you know, when they replay stuff like that, I don't look at the monitor.
A look at Lancer Can. He will be slapped with a foul. The question now is, will that be a flagrant foul?
But if you're gonna base it on the result, barely possible.
We have a decision right now. Looks like a flagrant foul. Let's listen in.
All right.
It's a flagrant foul penalty 1 on number 4, Lancer Khan for landing spot.
Yes,
Third
you're
foul
right.
Flagrant
for
foul,
Lancer Khan.
Flagrant foul 1 for entering that what we call the cylinder of
Yeah, or-
Ordonez.
Or better, the landing spot.
The landing spot, right. As Ordonez will shoot 2 free throws plus possession. So again, bad news for KBA Luid. They are trailing by 21 points with 8 minutes to play in this fourth in Game 3, and they are down 0-2 in this best-of-5 final series.
I remember in game 2, no, they fell behind by as much as 25. They were able to come back, but in the end, Taguig still won by 18 in San Fernando.
And that's what we've been mentioning every time Luid makes this comeback. Taguig would almost always respond with big shots.
I remember the very first home game of Luid Kapampangan this conference. It was held in Angeles City. And after that game, of course, they lost that game. After that game, I was able to talk to Lancer Khan, and he really was very, disappointed that they lost at home.
But after that, KBA went on to reach the finals
yes.
after that loss at home in Angeles City. But now they are in trouble. Lontok beats the buzzer. 22-point lead for Taguig.
I believe this should be the biggest lead of the Generals in this game. Yes, it is their biggest lead.
So this is the first player outside Mark Ordonez to score for the Generals in this fourth quarter. Khan against Mayo. Pass to Manalang. Manalang at the foul line. The fadeaway, too strong. And the rebound collected by Edsel Galoy. Now Galoy, the pass to Sampurna. Attacks inside. Sampurna finishes.
Wow. I mean, look at how Sampurna was able to identify a space for him to fit.
Sampurna zigzags his way through to score on that layup. 24-point lead for the Generals with 7 minutes to play. Khan, the floater, that bounces out. But there will be 2 free throws on Lancer Khan, Anthony.
I guess right now they're just allowing Lancer Khan to fire away because they know that Lancer Khan is struggling for form. No, Ruben, I guess he's being affected by his finger.
True, right. Again, Khan sustained that injury seconds after tip-off of Game 2.
Wow.
So early on, Lancer Khan got hurt. And you can see that left pinky still with tape on it.
Not just tape, but heavily taped.
Right. And that could be the difference. We've been making this point that despite that left hand being his offhand, it's still difficult.
Yes. Because you need to dribble also. I mean, again, you dribble with the tips of your fingers. Never let the ball touch your palm. That's what they teach you in those summer basketball clinics.
Khan drains that free throw. Under 7 minutes to play with the Generals up by 22 points. Outside pass. Subrabas, and it's that three from the outside. And now Subrabas joins the party for Taguig. The drive by Manalang, tough angle. Rebound by Wico. Wico fakes the pass. Now he decides to dish it up to Khan. Almost a turnover. Manalang attacks, spin move, top shot, short. And the rebound by Lontok. Sampurna sees an opening inside. That was blocked by Suing. The ball will stay with Taguig.
One aspect here that probably I noticed that. Okay, Taguig is successful in not allowing Pampanga to shoot. At the same time, they take a lot of time off the clock to lessen the chances of lessen the chances of KBA Luid to come back.
And it has been also the swarming defense of Taguig, making it harder for KBA Luid to take those shots. As we have a miss for Taguig. And now the outlet pass. Suing. And an easy two for Calvin Suing. One of the rare times that KBA Luid made an easy lay-in in this ball game.
And add to that, a fast break point.
Right. Meanwhile, a steal by KBA Luid. Suing, or that's Wico, from the outside, and he nails the three-pointer.
Yes.
The Michael Wico. Go ahead, Anthony.
Yes, we see a little uprising here by KBA Luid.
And Michael Wico again with a three-pointer. Offensive foul is called there on Harvey Sobrabas. As we look at this drive by Calvin Suing, a lay-in of a fast break play, and then Michael Wico, 5 straight points for KBA Luid at this juncture. Can jumper is in. That's 7 straight points for KBA Luid, Anthony.
So right now you can say KBA is not yet flatlining. They are still very much into this contest.
Down to an 18-point lead, approaching the 5-minute mark of game number 3. KBA on a 7-0 run, and a tap by Wico, and now the outlet pass. Antiza finishes. It's a 9-0 run for KBA Luid.
And I guess Coach Victoria seen enough.
And now, an uprising by the KBA Luid Kapampangan. Can hits this jumper from the right side. And now, the lay-in by Cyrus Antiza. 83-67 is our count. We will take a short break. Look at the beautiful faces in the crowd here at the June Dueñas Gym. Most of them supporting the Taguig Generals.
That's right. And you know what's nice, Ruben? They are still here, and hopefully they will stay with us until after the final buzzer and join. Let's see if Taguig will win. They'll join the celebration. If not, let's get ready for game 4.
Again, Taguig sensing some trouble as the KBA Luid squad with a 9-0 run. Lancer Can making it possible with 15 points and 9 assists, Anthony.
Well, right now you can say those 15 points by Can are a far cry from his usual numbers of about what, 24, 26
Right.
points a game. But still, he can explode in a snap of a finger.
And look at this, a turnover, and now Antiza, and that's rejected by Mayo, but we have a foul.
That's right. Very clear. There was contact in mid-air. It happened right in front of us.
And again, KBA Luid not going down without a fight.
Yes.
As we see Antiza with this lay-in or layup attempt, and look at the block by LJ Mayo. Nice effort there by LJ.
Yes, and the good thing there that Cyrus was able to control his downward path.
And despite the foul, again, you can applaud the effort of LJ Mayo.
Oh, yes.
Again, he had 4 blocks in game number 2. We don't have the stats right now, but easily he can match that 4 block output in game number 2.
Yes.
As we will have 2 free throws. Oh, so
Okay.
goaltending.
Yes. It looks like the hand of Mayo got entangled with the cords.
And that resulted to the entire goal moving. So now, that's a 3-point play opportunity for Cyrus Antiza. And now it's an 11-0 run for KBA Luid, Anthony.
That's right. And sometimes it's that's one of the negative things about jumping too high.
So now the lead is down to 14. Make it 13. 12-0 run.
I remember when we're still in high school, the mere fact that you could just touch the ring is a big idea. Here it is, a 12-0 run by the Kapampangan side. Of course, it was once 58-83. Now it's 70-83.
Again, a lot of time here. Approaching the 4-minute mark. The pass to Lontok. Shortstop won't go. Loose ball picked up by KBA Luid. And now Toquero on the attack. Pass to Antiza. Antiza with the lay-in. And now the lead is down to 11.
Make that now a 14-0 blast.
And now the pressure is on for KBA Luid. And the escape and the finish. A much-needed basket for Taguig Generals, courtesy of Jonas Lontok.
That's right. You can say he eased the pressure with that basket, Lontok.
That ends that huge run by KBA Luid. Can KBA respond? Can. Top shot by Lancer Can.
That's right, the Can gets the 2 points back. But again, the thing here is they have to move quickly, Ruben. Because time is not on the side of Luid Kapampangan.
And looks like a lifting violation on Mark Ordonez.
Hey, don't look now. It looks like the stars are suddenly aligning in favor of Luid Kapampangan.
So some nervy moments in this game number 3. Look at that shot by Lancer Can. That was a tough shot.
Easy now, Lancer Can, one of the best one-on-one players we have here in the NBL.
They go again to Lancer Can. He fakes. Inside pass to Suing. No good. Rebound by Mayo. That was a heartbreaking shot to say the least.
That's right. Again, a double on Can. Somebody was open, but the open man did not capitalize.
Galoy to Sampurna. Again, time not on the side of KBA Luid. Approaching the 3-minute mark. Mayo looks for a teammate. Across. Galoy from the corner. And a rebound by Guico. And now Can. And a foul called on Ordonez.
Yes, a duty foul given up by Ordonez to stop the potential layup by Can.
And Taguig now in penalty. So 2 free throws
Oh, yes.
for Lancer Can.
This is one thing, Ruben, that Pampanga has to exploit. Maybe they should try to drive a lot to the basket and challenge the defense of Taguig. Of course, fish fouls. And the important thing is they will add points to their total without the clock moving.
But Can misses the free throw. So now free throws very important at this juncture of the game with 2 minutes and 58 seconds remaining in game number 3. Second free throw is up and it's
That's
in.
right. The door is still open. Take note.
Only a 10-point game. Galoy escapes Wico. Sees an opening. Drop pass to Lontok. Lontok the top shot. Short. Rebound by Toquero.
A big stop here by KBA.
And again, the stars are aligning for KBA Luid. Can the drive over Mayo. He scores! And Can hangs in the air over Mayo and now the lead is down to 8.
You know what? He made that shot as he was going down.
And now we have a ball game. With 2 minutes and 38 seconds remaining, only an 8-point lead for the Generals. Back here on Liu 23 as we look at Lancer Can, who has been leading this late charge. 20 points and 10 assists for Lancer Can, Anthony.
Again,
Lancer Can has been taking over. What changed for this run, Anthony? Go ahead.
Well, again, they allowed Can to just do his thing. And again, they are paying dearly for it. Of course, we remember, Ruben, the capability of Lancer Can, our MVP of the conference. He once scored 15 points in the fourth quarter alone in game 1 of this series.
Again, only an 8-point lead. 2 minutes and 28 seconds remaining in the fourth. Lontok fakes the pass. Looks for a teammate. Finds Sampurna. Shot clock is at 6. Sampurna drives and there is a foul. As Can looks like he will be called for that foul. He slapped the ball.
But of course, we're seeing contact with some body parts. Oh, fourth foul on Can.
But KBA Luid still not in penalty, so a side court throw-in for Taguig. And approaching the 2-minute mark, 10 on the shot clock. Galoy drives, Galoy throws it up, off the glass for 2. No basket according to our referee.
It looks like there's a foul. Let's see.
And we saw Coach Bing Victoria signaling the C sign and looks like he will challenge that non-basket.
Let's see if there is a cause of action here. All right, Galoy.
And Coach Bing Victoria contesting that there should be a continuation on that.
Yes,
They will challenge that.
It looks like the referee at first deemed the foul early Oh yes, I guess the foul came before Gali was able to put up some form of a shot.
But this will be a close call. Again, there will be a challenge. And looks like we will stay on. Again, 2 minutes and 11 seconds. We have a timeout. We will take a
All
break.
right.
Welcome back. Just in time for the decision. And let's listen in. Again, the challenge was requested by Coach Bing Victoria on that shot by Edsel Galoy.
Of course, the key here is to find out
Upon
when was
review, the
foul
challenge
committed.
made by Taguig Generals was successful.
Oh, okay.
Basket is good for Edsel Galoy.
And that was our point earlier, Anthony.
Yes.
That was a crucial challenge and it came at a crucial time.
So now Galoy will be given continuation as we expected. So that means he will shoot a bonus as the shot, the foul. Oh, wait. Oh, this is for a. This is for the bench decorum, but technical.
Regardless, Manalang missing on that free throw.
Yes.
That's a huge one.
Of
That's a
course,
huge miss.
They need every point at this juncture of the game. Again, that was for a technical foul for bench decorum. Now here is for the this is the bonus.
bonus shot, right, by Galoy, and he misses. So the lead stays at 10.
Yes, but then again, they missed a chance there with that technical free throw. But then again, they still have a lot of time. Talking about KBA.
It's winning time, last 2 minutes of game number 3. And now Khan with the ball against Galoy, drives inside, Galoy, no! Rebound by Mayo, a huge board for LJ Mayo. 10-point lead being enjoyed by Taguig. Look at this try by Sampurna, he lost the ball. We have a foul called on
That is a
Calvin Suing.
very strong foul. And you can see the bounce of the ball there.
And again, the time, again, starting to be an enemy for the KBA Luid. Look at that slap.
But I don't know. It looks like there's also a reach in there by Khan.
Yeah.
So who's the
I
foul
think
against?
the foul is on Khan. So
Okay.
now 2 free throws by Sampurna. Around and
Oh.
out. Again, those free throws haunting the Generals. Fortunately for them, they're up by 10.
Again, at the line, our Mythic 5 member, Mike Jefferson Sampurna.
Another miss for
Okay,
Mike
misses.
Sampurna. So the door is still open for KBA Luid Kapampangan. They are
That's
down
right.
by 10.
All they have to do is just open it and enter.
And now, Khan with the ball. Hand off to Manalang. Manalang waits for a screen. Looks like he will take a 3. No, he drives inside. And a foul is committed.
So it's against Sampurna.
And now Taguig again in penalty. 2 free throws on the way. So you were mentioning again the fact that KBA Luid must drive inside and draw those fouls.
Yes, challenge the defense.
As we have 2 free throws but Manalang misses.
Wow, what a time to miss. Manalang now has missed 2 crucial free throws in this most crucial point of the game.
He hits
So
the
1
second.
out of 3.
Single digit lead for the Generals. Only 9.
It is not
Almo-
safe by any means. Ruben.
Sampurna escapes Toquero. Sampurna sees an open lane. Dish it up to Lontok and Isaac. No choice for Calvin Suing but to foul.
Let me see, this could be, I think, number 4 or number 5 on Swing.
And with the way Taguig,
A fourth, okay.
yeah, with the way Taguig has been missing those free throws, that could be a good foul.
That's right. Though
But
they
let's see.
are playing the percentages.
But Lontok is a good free throw shooter. In game 1, he had 3 of 3 from the foul line, but he misses. A look at the trophy. Will Taguig claim that trophy later on?
That's right. And you can join the the 2023 Chairman's Cup and also the 2018 Championship in their trophy case.
Lontok sinks the second, back to a 10-point lead. 1 minute and 17 seconds remaining in game 3. KBA Luid has requested for a timeout. We return to the action here on Aliu 23. Kompleto na ang channel mo. 1 minute and 17 seconds remaining in game number 3. Look at the numbers of the Taguig Generals players. Ordonez with 19, Sampurna with 12, Galoy and Lontok with 10. Huge numbers. And it came at the right time, Anthony.
And remember, in game 2, 6 generals had 10 points or more.
Can attacks from the baseline. And that bounces in.
Again, down to 8 again. The KBA Luid breathing down the neck.
Oh, a steal by KBA Luid. Nice block there by Mayo. And now Luid recovers. Manalang bounces in. And thus, this game is just down. Only a 6-point lead here for
That's
Taguig.
right. Look at that. 4 points in what? How many seconds?
Under a minute left. And the pressure is on. Sampurna to Lontok. Taguig needs a clutch basket here.
Well,
50 seconds remaining.
They have to settle down. They look rattled at this point. They have to settle down, Ruben.
Galoy with 8 on the shot clock. Galoy at the right side. Galoy stops. Galoy attacks. Inside pass. Sampurna in trouble and a shot clock violation, but there's a traveling call. 38 seconds remaining. And KBA Luid still breathing here, Anthony.
That's right. Either way, the ball will go the way of the Luid Kapampangan. But then again, wow, look at this. Look at this effort. 4 points in what? A span of less than 10 seconds?
And that's shot by Manalang off a steal. And then look at the defense of KBA Luid in this possession, forcing a traveling violation. And now KBA Luid has called for a timeout who will stay on.
That's right.
And
like what I
go
said,
ahead,
Ruben,
Anthony.
earlier, Taguig really looked rattled after those back-to-back hits by Kan and Manalang. So I guess, no wait, I'll just clarify. So once we start play, ball possession will be with
KBA.
all right,
Yeah,
with KBA. So now they have a chance to make it what? 6 points
Yeah.
again? Oh no, 4 points if ever, or even more.
Anthony, if you're KBA Luid, will you go for a 3 or a
Oh
quick
no,
2?
no. I will go for the sure 2 points at the moment because it's still a lot of time. Remember, the ball might just go back to KBA, especially if they prevent Taguig from scoring in the ensuing possession. But first things first, Ruben, they have to score in any form right now. And of course, on your screen there is a timeout situation and the fouls to give.
KBA Luid only 1 full timeout. Both teams in penalty. The Generals still has the luxury of a full timeout and a 20-second or 30-second timeout.
By the way, Ruben, there's 14 seconds on the shot clock. KBA Luid, no, they should not use this 14 seconds. If they can score maybe within 5 or 7 seconds, better.
And again, Luid proving to be a worthy finals opponent. Only down by 6 with 36 seconds remaining. Manalang with the ball. Manalang on top. Spin move. Manalang shot or pass inside. And now the lead is down to 4.
That's right. 30 seconds.
29 seconds remaining, Sampurna. Guarded by Toquero. Mayo with the ball now. But there's a shot clock difference of 5. Will Luid foul right now? And now, Galoy. Oh! And a traveling violation with 15 seconds remaining.
This is major.
And Galoy took some steps as we see this drive by Mark Manalang. Nice drop pass to Calvin Suing. Lead down to 4, and then the mistake by Edsel Galoy taking too many steps.
Oh yes, that is an obvious travel.
And that
Yes.
was caught by our referees.
And he might have even stepped on the baseline.
And now with 14 seconds remaining, who would have thought that Luid will be in this ball game? They trailed by as many as 20 plus points in the fourth quarter, but now they still have a shot at this one, Anthony.
I tell you, this is a lesson to our fans. No, stay with us. Please stay with us until the final buzzer, because you might miss something that you'll regret for the rest of your life.
Again, KBA Luid Kapampangan proving to be a worthy finals opponent. And they have been fighting back. And now the lead is down to 4 with 14 seconds remaining. Earlier, we were mentioning that time was not on the side of KBA Luid, but they made some defensive stops, Anthony.
That's right. Again, and like what I said, no, the stars are aligning in favor of Luid Kapampangan. Now, all that Luid Kapampangan has to do is to, capitalize. So right now, Ruben, I don't know. Well, if they're open, why not? If they're open, take the three-point shot. But at this point, I guess it is better to take the more sure two-point shot.
But again, take note, a 4-point play could be fatal for the Generals.
Oh, yes.
So it will be important for Taguig to play good defense here.
Of course,
14 seconds remaining, Anthony.
That's right. It starts with this inbound, so be very careful. Watch out for the inbounder, because the inbounder, Lancer Khan, might get the ball back.
Again, sometimes the most dangerous player on the court is the one who is taking the inbounds pass.
Yes.
Let's see. Khan inbounding the ball with 14 seconds remaining. Manalang takes this three-pointer. Air ball. Khan with a rebound. Antiza with his three-pointer over LJ Mayo. And the lead is down to 1 after that three-pointer by Cyrus Antiza with 6 seconds remaining.
Oh, look at that. Quick timeout called by Taguig. I guess we will not go to commercial. We'll hang on to the air. Here's this again. Look at this. Here's the miss. But the offensive rebound makes things happen.
Look at Mayo challenging the shot by Cyrus Antiza to no avail.
That's
Cyrus
right.
Antiza drains that three right in the face of LJ Mayo.
You can say it's a miracle shot because, Antiza was not in the proper shooting form at all.
And
Wow.
you can't fault LJ Mayo with that effort.
Don't look
Like they
now.
say, good defense but better offense for
Right
Cyrus
now, Ruben,
Antiza.
it is a 9-0 run by Luid Kapampangan after that free throw split by Lontok. All right. Taguig was leading by 10, 88-78. That split by Jonathan Lontok. And now a 9-0 blast. A late 9-0 blast by Luid Kapampangan. Oh boy, hang on to your seats, ladies and gentlemen.
Keep in mind, folks, I think KBA Luid still has a timeout. So even if
And even 130 seconds.
even if Taguig, we expect KBA Luid to foul here. Even if Taguig hits their free throws, they will still have a shot at this.
That's right. They could probably, play the percentages. Maybe Taguig will miss, or even if they make both. But remember, Ruben, do not foul. They should
So
not
my
foul.
mistake, Anthony. Hold on. My mistake. KBA Luid, no more
Okay.
timeout. So that will change the complexion of this possession, Anthony.
That's right. Again, their first things first. Do not foul the shooter, or else, especially if it's a three-point shooter.
1 point lead for the Generals.
And
Who would have thought?
They have to be careful, Ruben, of fouling excessively, because they might be assessed an unsportsmanlike foul.
6 seconds to play. Galoy inbounding the ball for Taguig. Galoy, the pass, almost a steal. Mayo, no fouls yet. And finally, there's a foul with 3 seconds.
So now they chopped off, 3 seconds from the game clock.
So the foul is on player number 10,
Here it is.
Paul
Look.
Toquero. Let's watch the play.
Actually, look at that. Mayo was not well positioned to receive the pass.
So the foul is on
Okay.
Toquero. Coach Bing Victoria arguing that the ball was no longer in the hands of Galoy when Toquero fouled him. But
Yes.
nevertheless, Mayo will shoot 2 free throws, but still a lot of time on the clock. But the point here is no more timeouts for KBA Luid.
That's right. Again, even if Mayo makes both,
They,
get ready for KBA to fire the potential equalizing
they
three.
have to go the length of the floor.
Oh, by the way, we have an adjustment in the clock. It is reset to 5 seconds, so only 1 second has shaved from the clock. Not
Still a
3,
lot of
1
time.
second.
Mayo, important free throws for LJ Mayo. The first one. The snap. Again, no more timeouts. It's winning time here.
The pressure,
Mayo, the second free throw. No! Can with the rebound. Can, still with the ball. 2 seconds remaining. Can, the desperate heave. Air ball, Suwing with the putback. Calvin Suwing with the putback. Will that shot count?
Yes.
We will see.
We'll see. Let us wait for the referee's decision. Oh,
They-
look at that. Look at Coach Red
They
Cabrera.
will review this one.
For
This will be
sure.
a crucial review. But boy, what an ending to this confrontation.
Uh-oh.
Will that shot count? That is the question right now, and we will review it.
That's right. Again, let's see.
Wow, what an ending. But we will wait for
Yes,
the
yes.
review. Let's watch it all together now.
We can watch it so many times.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Let's see.
Looks like it's still on the hands of Calvin Suwing. But we will look. And now the crowd has celebrated. The crowd has celebrated after seeing the slow-mo. Let's watch it again. Calvin Suwing with the ball. And the clock is reached 0. And looks like they will. And that's it. It's official. Back-to-back titles for the Taguig Generals. Their third overall in the NBL. Listen to the fans here at the June 20th Gymnasium.
That's right. Again, it was delayed for a few moments, but then again, there is no denying the sweet victory of Taguig.
And now, Coach Bing Victoria gets the victory ride as the Generals win their second straight NBL title and their third overall. But what a game, Anthony.
That's right. Again, no,
What a game.
You cannot take anything away from the effort exhibited by KBA Luid Kapampangan. No, they gave the fans a game to remember, and for sure, no, this game will be the topic for the coming months or even the coming years.
And again, we saw the huddle of KBA Luid. Again, nothing to be ashamed of, Anthony. In their first
Yes.
conference alone, it's one thing to build a competitive team in their first conference. It's another thing to bring them to the finals.
Again, no, this is a very young team, Luid Kapampangan. They have nothing but upside written all over their faces.
And again, the final score in Game 3. The Taguig Generals with a 1-point lead over Luid to claim their third NBL title. We will return shortly with the awarding ceremonies.
Yeah, handa nang makipagsabayan. Kahit anong nakaharang handang tapakan. Bawat pawis na papatak, kada apak at yabag. May kahalong pangarap, gustong maiangat. Larong aking pinag-usayan. Walang pake kahit na malatayan. Kahit anong sabihin nila, wala akong pakialam sa lahat ng bagay. Alam nyo na ba, hindi nyo ako maikukumpara. Bawat laro sa aking kada pasa. Sa alab na puso, laging aasa. Handang sugurin ang lahat, tigante man ang katapat. Panis yan sa'kin sapagkat panalo ay aking hangad.
Mabigyan ng buhay, pangarap at hangarin na maging mahusay Sa daang matira matibay Ang kailangan ko lang ay magsanay Hindi na pwede na ako ay panghinaan Lahat ng harang ay aking sasagasaan Walang mahirap kung hindi paglalaanan Takas at tapang sa bawat laban
NBL, ito ang liga ng bayan, homegrown Handang makipagsabayan. NBL, ito ang liga ng bayan, nag-aalab ng pusong handang makipagsabayan.
Pasok palagi ang bola, hindi naliligaw. Batang may galawan, kaya halimaw bumitaw. Bawat pagtira may kumpiyansa sa sarili. Di mapigil ng marami, malupit na dumiskarte. Handang pakita sa mundo ang pagkakaiba. Pag may pangarap, handang makipagsabayan sa bawat larong walang humpay. Kamay na gustong sumabay, bawat sakit na may aray. Kahit mapagod maglaway, gagawin ko ang lahat kahit ang kaya. Di sapat kahit ang pawis, bumakatuloy pa din sa pag-angat. Hindi ako mapipigilan lumipad. Ibibigay ko ang lahat sagad-sagad.
Mabigyan ng buhay Pangarap at hangarin na maging mahusay Sa daang matira matibay Ang kailangan ko lang ay magsanay Hindi na pwede na ako ay panghinaan Lahat ng harang ay aking sasagasaan Walang mahirap kung hindi paglalaanan Takas at tapang sa bawat laban
NBL, ito ang liga ng bayan, homegrown Handang makipagsabayan. NBL, ito ang liga ng bayan, nag-aalab ng pusong handang makipagsabayan.
Ang hirap handa kong daanan Hindi susukuan Dapat pag-usayan Tuloy-tuloy lang Kakayanin na lahat na harapin Kahit mahirap sisikaping abutin Sa itaas ay tumingin Pagbutiin ang lahat ang bituin ay sungkitin Mabigyan ng buhay Pangarap at hangarin na maging mahusay Sa daang matira matibay Ang kailangan ko lang ay magsanay Hindi na pwede na ako ay panghinaan Lahat ng harang ay aking sasagasaan Walang mahirap kung hindi paglalaanan Lakas at tapang sa bawat laban
NBL, ito ang liga ng bayan, homegrown Handang makipagsabayan. NBL, ito ang liga ng bayan, nag-aalab ng pusong handang makipagsabayan. NBL, ito ang liga ng bayan, homegrown Handang makipagsabayan. NBL, ito ang liga ng bayan, nag-aalab ng pusong handang makipagsabayan.
Yeah, handa na makipagsabayan. Kahit anong nakaharang handang tapakan. Bawat pawis na papatak, kada apak at yabag. May kahalong pangarap, gustong maiangat. Larong aking pinag-usayan. Walang pake kahit na malatayan. Kahit anong sabihin nila, wala akong pakialam sa lahat ng bagay. Alam nyo na ba, hindi nyo ako maikukumpara. Bawat laro sa aking kada pasa. Sa alab na puso laging aasa. Handang sugurin ang lahat, tigante man ang katapat. Panis yan sa'kin sapagkat panalo ay aking hangad.
Mabigyan ng buhay Pangarap at hangarin na maging mahusay Sa daang matira matibay Ang kailangan ko lang ay magsanay Hindi na pwede na ako ay panghinaan Lahat ng harang ay aking sasagasaan Walang mahirap kung hindi paglalaanan Takas at tapang sa bawat laban
NBL, ito ang liga ng bayan, homegrown Handang makipagsabayan. NBL, ito ang liga ng bayan, nag-aalab ng pusong handang makipagsabayan.
Pasok palagi ang bola, hindi naliligaw. Batang may
Welcome back here at the June Duenas Gymnasium. And again, the crowd has celebrated here for the title victory by the Taguig Generals in a epic finish. And that's saying the least. As we first watch the highlights in the first quarter, Anthony, what a great start.
That's
for
right.
Taguig.
Again, just like in the first two games of the series, though, Jackrabbit start by the Taguig Generals and, of course, anchored on Dan Atin Natividad. But, of course, again, Mike Sampurna also continuing from where he left off. Of course, Mark Ordonez came in, and that's a score after one.
29-16 at the end of 12 minutes of play in the second quarter. The trend continued as Taguig continued to build on the lead as we see Lontok inside with that power move. And then Zuma Maluba with this Beautiful hook shot against Wico, and then Lancer Khan also with the basket. But at the half, it was the Generals up by 12 points, 45-33 in the third quarter. Very interesting third quarter, Anthony, to say the least.
Yes, actually a very long third quarter, no, given all the fouls and stoppages. But then again, no, it's just a testament at how badly, no, both these teams want to win the championship.
And again, Sampurna with the finish. And then So with this floater inside. But again, Taguig would still be in control at the end of the third quarter. And the Generals holding on to the 66-52 lead at the end of the third. In the fourth, and this was a classic one. Taguig was on the verge of an easy win in Game 3, but then KBA Luid came storming back, Anthony.
That's right. Again, they were ahead. The Generals were ahead by 10 points with about a minute left. And then suddenly, a 9-0 blast by the Luid Kapampangan just to make it 87-88. But then again, in the end, no, the breaks prevailing in favor of the home team, the Generals.
And then look at this one. Calvin Suing hits that putback. But upon review, that shot was after the buzzer. And Taguig sealing their third overall title in the NBL, Anthony.
That's right. Again, no, it was no, a bit delayed by a few seconds, but then again, no, the victory was just as sweet for the Generals. Again, back-to-back championships, third trophy in their case. So I guess they have all reason to celebrate.
We will return with the victory ceremony in just a moment.
Yeah, handa na makipagsabayan. Kahit anong nakaharang handang tapakan. Bawat pawis na papatak, kada apak at yabag. May kahalong pangarap, gustong maiangat. Larong aking pinag-usayan. Walang pake kahit na malatayan. Kahit anong sabihin nila.
For the season 2023 President's Cup, Luid Kapampangan. It's a game well played. Congratulations! Nothing to be ashamed of. For a rookie team in the NBL, you really played well. Congratulations! Last season, 2022, we had the Taguig City Generals as our champion for the Chairman's Cup, a 2-0 sweep in the finals held in La Union. And tonight, the Taguig City Generals proved to be the beast in the NBL. Congratulations, our champion for the season 2023 President's Cup, the Taguig City Generals. Kulang po kayo sa photo. We'll take take this opportunity to announce our finals most valuable player, averaging 16.7 points in the finals, 6 rebounds, and 4.3 assists. Can we clear po the center court for our finals MVP? Our finals MVP is no other than the Forest Hunter, Mike Sampurna!
Taguig has been awarded with their third NBL title by ruling the President's Cup 2023. So what a conference for Taguig. And again, they only lost twice in the elimination round as we look at KBA Luid Kapampangan taking the runner-up trophy. Again, nothing to be ashamed of for the KBA Luid Kapampangan. In only their first conference, they managed to make it all the way to the finals before being ousted by the Taguig Generals. Again, the Generals winning their second straight crown. They won the Chairman's Cup in 2022. And like in the Chairman's Cup, it's Mike Sampurna on your screen being awarded with the finals MVP. We will now be joined by the winning coach, Taguig Generals head coach, Bing Victoria. And ito kasama na natin si Coach Bing. And Coach, what a way to win this one. Could you talk about the feeling of winning this championship na medyo pinahirapan din kayo ng KBA Luid, but how does it feel right now, Coach?
Sobrang very sweet, very special yung champion. Back to back, hirap talunin ng Luid. Puro bata, grabe pong pressure. Up 20, baliwala sa kanila ilang minutes. Breaks go on their way. We just play defense.
Coach, Coach, game 3 aside, no, this has been a good conference for the Generals. What made the difference for you this time, comparing that to last conference? And even nung season 2, anong iba rito sa championship na to, Coach Bing?
Isa lang naman sinasabi ko lagi sa players ko, magtrabaho sila together. Hindi pwedeng isa, hindi pwedeng dalawa. It's always 5. It's always team, walang I. So, nagpe-pay off yung hard work. Tinarabaho naman namin ito talaga. So, yun. Thank you.
So, Coach, bago ka bumate, no, pag-usapan muna natin yung finals MVP si Mike Sampurna. Kamusta, anong masasabi mo sa kanyang performance all conference long, Coach?
Ruben, hindi kasi ako hindi ako nagmo-motivate na may mag-MVP or special award sa team ko. Alam nila lahat yan. Lahat sila special. Hindi makakashoot si Mike Sampurna kung wala yung ibang players. Hindi mag-open up si Mike Sampurna kung hindi makakashoot yung shooters ko. It's always a team effort. Yung award kay Mike Sampurna, long overdue. Thank you, naibigay sa kanya. I was praying for last season, makakuha siya MVP. Ngayon, binigay. Thank you.
Coach, pagkakataon mo na magpasalamat sa lahat. I'm sure gusto mong pasalamatan si Mayora. Go ahead.
Thank
Coach.
you very much, Mayor Lani Gaetano, Admin Joel Montales. Vice Mayor Arvin Alit and the buong council. Thank you Taguig City for giving us a chance na mapakita kung ano meron ng Taguigenyo. Walang sawang suporta. Thank you sa lahat ng nanood sa Duenas Cup. Nick Nop, sa aming maraming salamat. Hindi mo kami binigo dito sa gym. Lagi mo kami ina-accommodate. Yun lang. Thank you sa lahat ng department heads na kasama ko. Poso, lahat. Thank you very much, TMO. Maraming salamat sa buong NBL. Thank you.
Alright, maraming salamat and congratulations. Go ahead, Coach.
Sorry. Thank you sa family ko, sa wife ko, sa mga anak ko nanonood. Full support. Mga kamag-anak ko, maraming salamat. Sa family ng buong team, walang sawang suporta. Thank you very much.
Coach Bing, congratulations on this journey of yours. Maraming salamat and congratulations for winning your third NBL crown
Thank you.
dito
Sir
sa
Ruben.
ating liga.
Thank you.
Congratulations, Coach Bing. Alright, that was Coach Bing Victoria, the Taguig Generals head coach. Congratulations to the Generals for winning the NBL President's Cup. So that ends our coverage of your NBL President's Cup, and we will see you next conference for more of the action. And thank you, Anthony, for joining our coverage team.
That's right.
now.
Again, what a way. Again, this is my first time to cover a game in the NBL where the champion was crowned. And again, it is really one for the books of something that we will be remembering for a long time.
All right, on behalf of everyone here in the NBL, our hardworking league officials, our good-looking production team, and on behalf of Mr. Anthony Cervino, I'm Ruben
That's
Terrado. We will see you next conference. Ito ang NBL, ang tahanan ng tunay na homegrown.
Yeah, handa na makipagsabayan. Kahit anong nakaharang handang tapakan. Bawat pawis na papatak, kada apak at yabag. May kahalong pangarap, gustong maiangat. Larong aking pinag-usayan. Walang pake kahit na malatayan. Kahit anong sabihin nila, wala akong pakialam sa lahat ng bagay. Alam nyo na ba, hindi nyo ako maikukumpara. Bawat laro sa aking kada pasa. Sa alab na puso laging aasa. Handang sugurin ang lahat, tigante man ang katapat. Panis yan sa'kin sapagkat panalo ay aking hanga.